This morning because I'm just so excited, yes, in part to see you guys. So thank you so much for rejoining us. But it's also going to be an absolutely awesome Thursday here on Expresso. And I'm not alone in sharing the sentiment and excitement. Zanele, how pumped are you for today's show?
Oh, my Graham, I am extremely pumped, my friend. I am so excited about the fact that we are 5 to the weekend, but I'm also excited that Mzansi, we get to wake you up with all of the feel-good vibes that you deserve. And friend, no matter where you are, we say Goeiemorgen, Sanmonani, Siti Avsheni, Siti Molweni, and we'll say thank you for joining us because today's show is going to the dogs, quite frankly, in the best way possible. We're meeting Knox, South Africa's #1 ranked show dog, a stunning grey and white Siberian Husky who's not only conquered local competitions, but is now gearing up to represent Mzansi at the 2026 World Dog Show and FCI Top Dog Challenge in Italy. So it's huge. And you know us as South Africans, we're all about being champions. And I feel like our beautiful dog is going to make us so proud. But my Graham, I know that we're going to the dogs like in the best way, like we said. What's happening on your side?
Well, our tails are wagging, and we're going to keep it like that for 3 hours because if all this talk about dogs has us maybe leaning into spoiling our furry friends this morning, we have got all the bases covered. So we're going to be making, get this, homemade banana paws, okay, and peanut butter cupcakes. It's a real thing with Greek yogurt frosting. And we've even brought in one of the pros, Jay, not Jay, his dog, okay, his adorable dog, Bo Christian. Okay, that's quite a bougie name. We'll take him to task. He's going to give us the final pour of approval, and I have a feeling it's going to be miraculous. So if you're wanting to spoil your dog, celebrate your furry friends, absolutely love it. How are you going to celebrate your pups today, Zanele?
Oh, you know what, my amazing Graham, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to give them a nice little belly rub. That's how I'm going to do it. That's what I'm going to do. I cannot wait to actually get into it because I feel like this is one of the first times that we really get to celebrate our beautiful little besties that come in the form of being the best little angels. And I feel like this is why today's show being about them, it actually is a good way just to kind of get into some lovely niceness with our best friendship with our little man's best friend. And what about you, my Graham?
Oh man, I will definitely be taking the clan out for a walk later. We've had a new addition to our little sausage patrol, a little rescue dachshund who is fitting in so well. So absolutely loving what the relationship with our dogs is giving us and our family at the moment. So we are ready to pour that energy, that love, that commitment back into them. And of course, we're going to meet some superstars throughout this morning. So stick around. Next 3 hours is going to be an absolute blast. So let's set sail, get those official duties underway with the news and sporting headlines.
Thank you so much, Gray. Thank you, Zanele. And good morning to you, Mzansi. Thank you for choosing us on this beautiful Thursday morning. And yes, the celebration of the pups will continue. But now, though, your national news headlines comes your way, where former President Jacob Zuma has been ordered by the Pretoria High Court to repay 28.9 million rand spent by the state on his personal legal costs linked to the illegal arms deal with French company Thales. Now, the sum, which includes 20 years of accumulated interest, must be paid within 60 days, or Zuma's assets and pension could be seized. Now, the court granted the state attorney authority to execute movable or immovable property if payment is not made following Zuma's legal team's claim that the funds were provided based on government legal advice. In other national news, South Africa's Minister of Agriculture, John Steenhuisen, welcomed Zimbabwe's decision to lift its ban on maize and other grains. Now, the move is expected to stabilize regional markets, improve food security, and support consumer welfare across the Southern African development community. Now, by allowing free trade, agribusinesses and exporters gain confidence to expand production, while surplus-producing nations can help meet neighbors' needs. Now, Steenhuisen says his department remains committed to promoting fair, open and efficient trade, ensuring sustainable growth and poverty alleviation throughout the region. Let's take a look at your international news making headlines. Where news on the continent is that Angola is preparing to start production as its first major copper mine, Tetelo, marking a key step in diversifying the country's economy beyond oil. Now, owned by China's shining star Icarus, the $250 million project is expected to produce 25,000 metric tons of copper concentrate annually during the first 2 years. The Mines Minister, Diamantino Azevedo, said the mine's inauguration is imminent, underscoring copper's importance in renewable energy bank, barely passed at 25 to 24. These votes mark only the initial stage of a four-reading process. Now, the move comes amid diplomatic tension as the Donald Trump administration has publicly opposed ancestral ties to the DRC, said the trip felt like coming home. Beaming with pride, he met young Congolese boxers and urged them to chase their dreams. Now, for Kinshasa, Tyson's visit wasn't just about boxing history. It was a joyful reunion of spirit, strength, and shared African pride. That sentiments definitely carry throughout the continent, and I love to see a man return home. For now, though, let's continue down that sporting avenue. Here's Gray with the latest.
Thank you so much, my friend. Let's start with a little bit of crazy news on the cricketing front. We love it when the bowlers put their hand up with bat in hand. Senora Murasami's 89 not outs and Kagiso Rabada with a 71 powered South Africa to 404 and a 71-run lead before Simon Harmer's triple strike reduced Pakistan to 94 for 4 on day 3 in Rawalpindi. So it's in our hands. So despite the collapse, Baba Azam's unbeaten 49 keeping Pakistan sort of afloat, trailing by just 23 runs heading into day 4. Now we stay with cricketing news and Ashley Gardner, who is in sublime form at the moment, hitting 104 not outs. And then Annabelle Sutherland's 98 unbeaten led Australia to a dominant 6-wicket win over England in Indore yesterday, sealing their spot again now at the top of the Women's World Cup table. They obviously knocked the Proteas off. So chasing 245, the pair shared an unbeaten 180-run stand. That was after Australia slumped to 68 for 4 at one point. Now they have gone on to extend their unbeaten run and handing England their first loss of the tournament. Perfect timing for the rest of the teams. Now we get into footballing news, and Sepang Moremi's early strike handed Orlando Pirates a 1-0 win over Polokwane City, extending their league streak to 6 now and moving within just 3 points of leaders Mamelodi Sundowns on the log. Stellenbosch edged out Golden Arrows 4-3 in a goal fest at the Athlone Stadium. I hope you were there to see it. While Kaizer Chiefs, their struggles continued with a goalless draw up against Siwelele, that playing out at the FNB Stadium. Now staying with footballing news, but a little further afield, Liverpool snapped a 4-game losing streak with a 5-1 routing of Eintracht Frankfurt, with Hugo Ekitike scoring against his former club. Real Madrid, they maintained their perfect start as Jude Bellingham's strike sealed a 1-0 win over Juventus. And then Chelsea's youthful side, well, they really have been in sublime form, the gents, and they crushed a 10-man Ajax 5-1 with Marc Giroux, Estavao and Tyreek George all on target. If you don't know those names, do a bit of research. They are on the up and up. Chelsea's looking good for the next few years. And that's where we leave our sport for now. Obviously, the foot of a brand new day. Hopefully the weather is playing along. Let's see if there's any weather warnings we need to take in.
Thank you so much, my Graham. It does seem like the weather is playing along indeed today, Mzansi. Let's take a look. The South African Weather Service has issued warnings for extremely high fire danger across central and southeastern Northern Cape, northeastern Western Cape, and the western and central interior of the Eastern Cape. Residents and authorities are urged to exercise caution as dry, windy conditions increase the risk of wildfires. Meanwhile, hot and humid weather will create extremely uncomfortable conditions over the Amatole and OR Tambo districts in the Eastern Cape and along the coast and adjacent interior of KZN, with the exception of the extreme north coast. We'll keep you up to date with anything else that the South African Weather Service has to say, but we always ask to be up to date with what's happening on your side of life, please, with our sunrise view of the hour. And this morning, Gauteng, stand up. It is Keenan from Levan, or rather Keenan Levan from North Riding, where it's going to be 27 degrees Celsius, who has given us such a beautiful sunrise view. I love this. I love the fact that you can see the jacarandas, which tells you exactly what time of the year we are in, but also the sun is just shining so beautifully through the clouds, which is just letting us in that no matter what, it's going to be a hot day indeed in Gauteng. Thank you so much, Keenan. We love your work. And Mzansi, it is now your turn. Keenan has shown you how it's done, okay? So come on through. Let's show the rest of the country what it is you are waking up to indeed. And you can do so by sending it on our WhatsApp line, 063 036 9649. And let's get into it beautifully as a Feel Good Breakfast Show family. For now, speaking of getting into things, let's check out what your temperatures are looking like.
We're almost breaking the sun in some places, so we're going to temper that heat by keeping you indoors with a whole lot of cuteness this morning. The puppies are taking over. Now, sometimes you've got a big dog, sometimes you've got a tiny dog.
Small little
A
one.
little dog. Have you found a picture of your tiny dog yet?
I'm still
Not
looking
yet.
for He's so small that I can't find him. He's 10 years old and he is just the most precious thing in the world. Currently with his grandparents, but that's okay. You know, sometimes the love between the grandparents and the grandkid needs to grow.
But be careful, grandparents will take over that relationship,
have.
Little
They
tiny
have.
dog be living his best life, okay? I want to come with you the next time you go and visit little tiny dog. And just see if
Every
he's
time
okay.
I open my door, he's on my lap. He's like,
He's
let's go home.
Is it that time? Is that time? We love our pets, and yes, we're going to open the doorways for you to absolutely spam us with the cutest pictures of your pets in just a moment. But it's all in light of celebrating our pups today, because Knox, the greatest of them all, well, hopefully is heading overseas to do battle.
Isn't he handsome?
To pose off.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that chest.
What a dog.
That pose, and I'm sure there is an official term for it that we shall find out today, but I just love that. I'm glad Nature Boy isn't here with his two huskies today, so that they will be humbled just a little bit. Shame. Now, we love all dogs, all shapes and sizes. I lean into the rescues, but I've got a couple of sausages that are just absolute champions. So I will go in any direction when it comes for our pets, and we are going to even cook for our pets.
Oh, I can't
after
wait
this.
for Jay to come on through. He's not just good at bagels and cakes, okay? He also cooks for dogs too. So we'll find out a great recipe straight after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Thursday morning. And yes, we're all smiles because guess what? We get to talk about dogs for
Yay.
3 hours. We're saying good morning to you. We love having furry friends. And on our show, we get to explore the life of Christian.
Beau Christian. I know it's very
Christian.
zhuzh. Hey.
It's so bougie. We'll show you in just a little bit, but we've asked you in the meantime to show us your four-legged friend and tell us about them. Of course, you can send your pictures via WhatsApp. In the meantime, we're just obsessing over Ryle and his huskies.
Oh, and two different stages of life, and I think this brings the relationship with your pups to bear. I mean, Shay, my gorgeous wife, their family dog passed a couple of days, and it's just torn the family apart. It's just, it really does bring to bear how much of a relationship, but therein lies the joy, because you get absolute devotion from them. The trade-off is you've got to be the custodian, and you've got to go through their cycle of life, which is just devastating. But the joy we get, look at that face,
that smile.
man.
Come on.
Oh, man, I know he kind of smiles like that every day because he's so beautiful, but we love to see this kind of joy expressed because it's their lived experience as well. So I did a shoot recently for an NGO called Pet Prince Magazine, which is absolutely gorgeous. So please go onto Instagram if you can. Go and check it out. They're a complete NGO where everyone just gives their time, photographers, writers, videographers, absolutely beautiful. But having an afternoon with my pups to be able to make them the stars of the show, and they did steal the show completely.
I can imagine.
But I love the community that forms around our furry friends. And I think it's the one factor that maybe kind of humanizes all of us in a bizarre kind of way. So connect with your pup today and show. We want to see the pictures.
I will say this much. I don't trust people who don't like animals, okay? It is a telltale sign for something. But for now, though, speaking about pups and loving them, we head over to Josie to find out who Zanella is in company with.
Best dog ever.
Oh, it's true. It is the best dog ever. Oh, I'm so excited for us to celebrate our furry friends this morning because Mzansi, from early morning sled runs to standing tall in show rings, South Africa's top show dog is about to take on the world, and I'm so excited that he's here. Meet Knox, a striking grey and white Siberian husky and the #1 ranked show dog of all breeds in the country. Under the guidance of his handler, Dwayne Riley, Knox has earned top honors at both local and speciality shows, and now he's set to represent South Africa at the 2026 World Dog Show and FCI Top Dog Challenge in Italy. So today, we meet the duo behind the dream as Knox prepares to fly the flag from Mzansi. Let's give him a feel-good welcome. It's Knox and Dwayne. Dwayne, how are you?
I'm very good. Thanks for having us, Zanelli.
Good. It looks like Knox is amazing. That's what it looks like.
Oh, he's amazing.
I love
he
that.
Absolutely is amazing in every way.
And especially just honestly, you know, heading out to Italy, I feel like talking to Knox and just letting him know I'm so excited for you. But Dwayne, you know, this is obviously something that is huge. So congratulations first and foremost.
Thank you
because
so much.
being the top show dog in the country is not an easy feat. But what has the past year of competitions been like for you two?
It's been quite a wild ride, to be honest. We obviously didn't start off the year with the goal of being the top dog.
Yes.
We wanted to actually be top working.
Oh, wow.
So in South Africa, the dog shows are run by the Kennel Union of South Africa, and each breed of dog gets split into different groups. There's 7 groups.
Okay.
So our goal was to be top working. We then had 2 weekends of amazing success in one of the Cape Town shows, which catapulted him to #1.
Okay.
And then it was really about just keeping him there, which we did eventually, and he is now the top dog in South Africa.
Come on, you go, Knox. And I'm so excited. I'm already calling Knox a world champion, okay? Because he's a knockout, and I love it. But Dwayne, I mean, you know, qualifying for the FCI Top Dog Challenge in Italy, it's huge. What does it mean to you guys?
Well, I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's not often that South Africa is represented on the international stage as far as purebred dogs goes. So we're excited. We're going to give it our best.
Yes.
And we will see what happens.
Yeah.
It's all in the hands of the judges at the end of the day.
You know what? Like I said, I think you guys have already taken the title. I mean, as South Africans, it's all we know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes to winning,
Absolutely.
we're used to it.
Yes, totally.
Yes.
And we'll have fun trying.
100%, my Dwayne. But I also feel like, you know, when it comes to a show dog and even you guys getting into a little bit of a routine, not many people understand the athleticism that goes into it. So what does your guys' routine look like, especially for Knox?
So obviously the whole point of showing a dog is to evaluate it against the breed standard for that specific breed.
Okay.
And that basically means they check absolutely everything from head to tail, movement, structure, muscle tone.
Okay.
So the dog needs to be fit. It needs to be able to perform in the ring.
Yeah.
So, you know, in winter months, we do dryland sledding.
Yes.
Where a group of us get together and we have fun and we put the dogs on a bicycle or a cart
Oh.
and do what they were bred to do, which obviously is pulling a sled in snow. We can't do that here. So we make other alternatives that we can still do it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we just have fun. We've had fun together.
Yeah.
He's a great dog. And yeah, that's the most important thing. Have fun with your dog at a show.
It sounds like Knox has a better gym routine than I have, which is...
He has a better routine than I do.
I love that. So we can all learn from Knox, essentially.
Absolutely.
Our world champion over here. And I mean, Dwayne, you know, from breeding to bonding, there's obviously a deep connection that goes into just the relationship that you and Knox have. Talk to us about that. You know, what makes Knox really special as both a competitor and a companion, but how has your bond just grown together?
So, I mean, it's like any dog, whether they're a show dog or it's just a pet at home.
Yeah.
The time you invest in them, you get back.
Come on.
So Knox, I imported from Germany, and he arrived in the country when he was about 11 weeks old.
Aww.
And since then, I mean, he started his show career, we did training.
Yeah.
And I think the most important thing is he doesn't know when he's winning a big rosette or anything like that. He's just doing it to please me.
Aww.
And there's a certain confidence in us. Like, I know what he's going to do, and he knows what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And he's just a super cool dog. At
You guys
home,
trust each other.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I know exactly who he is. He knows me. And, you know, at home, he's just a cool dog. He sleeps on my bed every night. He's a really special dog.
I love that. And tell me, what was it about Knox that really stood out? Because you said that you got a couple of dogs at home.
Yeah.
You know, what made you be like, Knox, you can be a world champion?
So I obviously didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, we think all of our dogs are the amazing and are the best.
That's true, just like
And
our
I've shown many dogs.
Yeah.
But he just has this weird, like, confidence. So when he gets into the ring, he knows it's time to shine.
Yeah.
He stands correctly, which I'm going to show you in a bit.
Yes.
And he just has this stance about him and this, like, quiet confidence. And obviously, the judges agree with me and with him that he, you know, is worthy of being the top dog.
Yes, and I love that, especially what you just said about how he has this confidence about him. You know, Knox got here this morning and he just took over the room. You know what I mean? He knows how to work it and he knows how to do his thing.
Absolutely.
I love it. And Dwayne, like you said, in a little bit, you're going to be giving us a little bit of a showing of what Knox is going to be doing there in Italy.
Correct.
Beautiful. And Mzansi, this is why you got to stick around, because we're going to be getting to understand what exactly it is that Knox and Dwayne do when they are out and about in the world, going to represent Mzansi. But more than anything, what exactly it is that Knox is so amazing at. So stick around for that. Then we're also going to be getting into some delicious treats for our little fur babies. Do not go anywhere. It is all happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to take a short break and we'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day.
South Africa, it's time to fuel your wanderlust, because Shell is giving you and a partner of your choice the chance to win the ultimate South African road trip experience.
That's right. With Shell V-Power, 5 lucky couples will win a once-in-a-lifetime road trip and track experience. And entering couldn't be easier. Simply spend 750 Rand or more, tap or scan your V Plus rewards card 3 times this month, and you're in the running.
Oh, so please start those engines and let Shell V-Power take you places you'll never forget. T's and C's apply. Find them all at expressoshow.com.
my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, Zanzi, it is so good to be with you, my friend. Today we are celebrating our incredible best friends. I am talking about man's best friend, our dogs. We've heard the story, but now it's time to see South Africa's top show dog in action. From posture to peace, Knox brings a commanding presence to every ring he enters. Dwayne Riley is still with us. As you can see, he's here to guide us through a live demo of what makes Knox a world-class competitor who's going to go and represent us in 2026 in Italy. Friend, you got to watch closely because you might just spot the perfect blend of poise and power. And Dwayne, I am so ready for us to get into this. And you said that we're doing this this showing with me being the handler. Is this true?
Correct.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So basically what I'm going to show you is when we show our dogs,
Yes.
we're showing to a judge.
Yes.
The judge is going to check every part of the dog and compare it to the breed standard, which basically describes in detail the ideal specimen of that breed.
Yes.
So it's from everything from the head, the coat, the muscle tone,
Yes.
the angulation. So you're going to be the handler.
Okay.
I'm going to be the judge.
Okay.
And I'll describe it as we go.
Okay, I'm so
Knox.
excited.
Stand.
Only because Knox is so sweet.
Stand. So the first thing that we do is the dog has to stand 4 square
Okay.
to the judge.
Yes.
So that means making sure his legs are underneath him
Okay.
and pulling out his rear
Yeah.
so that when we present him to the judge, it is a certain profile.
Yes.
So you're going to now take him.
Okay. Hi, Knox.
I'm going to give you
Okay.
some food
Yes.
because he loves his food.
Aw, okay,
He's
here
just
we
showing
go.
that.
Okay, yes, Knox. Knox delicious. So must I give it to him now?
You can give it to him.
Okay, here we go, my Knox, just for you, my little angel. Yes. Beautiful.
So basically, if I'm the judge, I'm going to come through, and generally a judge will approach a dog face on, just so that
Yes.
the dog can see him
Yes.
and often smell him. Come, Knox, stand.
Stan Knox.
Come, Knox, stand.
There we go.
So the judge will come in, have a look at the head. They're checking the shape of the eyes. They're checking the ear shape.
Yes.
They must check the bite. They then move down to check the shoulders and the angulation in the front.
Hectic.
They go down, check the angulation in the rear,
Yes.
check the tail, and then basically, come Knox, we would generally move now. So either do an away and back,
Yes.
a triangle, or go around, which we don't have space here. So I'll just do a self-stack.
And the judge would be doing this.
No, the handler will do it.
Oh, the handler will do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
stand.
He's
boy.
so
Do you wanna give it a
good. Yes. So what, we go around?
Go
and then-
around and just
Okay,
say
here we
stand.
go, my Knox. Here we go. We're going around, my baby, all the way around. Yay! Knox-alicious.
I'll tell him to stand.
Okay, stand, my Knox. Stand. Woo! There we
go.
go.
Best in show.
Oh, go Knox! And our world champion for 2026, it's Knox! So honestly, I feel like Knox is ready to go and take on the world. I feel like he definitely is. And you can come this side, my Dwayne. I feel like he's definitely going to go and show us what he's all about.
We hope so.
Yes, but talk to me. How do you guys then get ready for world champions, especially something that's happening in Italy?
I know it's a lot of work. It's a lot of
Yes.
money. Luckily, we've got some generous sponsors.
Yes.
There's also a lot of paperwork because obviously to take a dog out of the country,
Yes.
there's certain things we need. There's certain
Yeah.
things Europe needs.
Yeah.
So there's that. We're planning on leaving around the 1st of June for about 10 days.
Yeah.
And then the show happens between the 3rd and the 7th of June.
That's incredible. Well,
Yeah.
we are behind you guys. We're so excited.
Thank you so
and I
much.
mean, I know that there's an entire community of people who aren't just dog lovers, but they're all about our show dogs.
Yeah.
You know, what does it mean to the community and what has the support been like for you and Knox?
It's been amazing. I think, you know, it's not something that happens often when you
Yeah.
become top dog.
Yeah.
It's like a once a year thing, and
Yeah.
everybody strives for that. And over the years, there's been many dogs because Kusa has a show dog of the year every year. So there's always a top dog that gets invited to go compete in Italy.
Yes.
Knox is the first Siberian Husky ever to be the top dog in South Africa.
Really?
first one.
Knocks you, knock out you. That's amazing.
So I think the support has been amazing. And yeah, we will try and make everybody proud.
I love that. And tell me, just in terms of, the last couple of months, in terms of getting ready and everything, what are going to be the biggest parts of you guys being 100% ready for it?
I think, it's just keeping him calm.
Okay.
Obviously, he gets fed a really good food, keeping his coat in condition, keeping him in condition.
Yeah.
And, we've taken a bit of a break from the local dog shows since he won.
Yeah.
But we need to get him back out there to remember what is expected and what he has to do.
Yes.
So we'll keep the training going, and we will do our best.
Oh, well, you know what, Dwayne? You guys are already so amazing. And if you ever need a dog handler, I'm here, okay?
Absolutely.
Like to fill in for you.
I will let you know when the next dog show is.
Amazing.
We'll get you there.
I love that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And like I said, we're behind you guys, and I think you guys are going to do so amazingly.
Thank you so much. I
And
really appreciate it.
Thank you for making South Africa proud. Like I said, you guys are already world champions.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you.
give it our best.
Zanzi, it is Knox, who is the knockout, who's going to go and represent us in Italy at the FCI Top Dog Challenge, and we are so excited for it. Dwayne Riley being his handler and the man behind making Knox the great dog that he is. And of course, we said that we are behind them 100%. And I think just like us, we always say, no DNA, just RSA. Yet again, we're going to see another beautiful, incredible champion making us proud on a global stage. Right about now, though, what else is coming centre forward right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show? My Cape Town family, what's cooking? I heard we're going to be doing some nice treat vibes, especially for our little besties like Knox.
I mean, yes, we are. I'm in the kitchen ready to go because if you, Mzansi, are looking for a fun, simple and healthy way to spoil your pup, then you've come to the right place. Now, these easy-baked banana paws are just the perfect homemade treat. They're packed with dog-safe ingredients like ripe bananas and oats and just a touch of peanut butter for a treat. They're soft and chewy and shaped into adorable little paw prints. Now, if you've got a silicone mold, otherwise any shape works. It all goes down the same way. And our chef Jay has brought along his own furry friend, Christian, as the ultimate taste tester. And Jay, let me tell you, your dog is bougie. I thought it was also going to come in here with a beret.
Listen, we had a few issues waking up this morning, so he came as he is.
He is so cute with these little jersey. Okay, we'll give you a sneak peek in a bit, Mzansi. But this honestly looks like something that humans can consume too.
Basically, a lot of the treats that we make and that he eats are perfectly safe for us.
Oh, perfect.
And the reason we started making treats for him is he developed or has an allergy to poultry, and you won't believe how many pet foods and treats actually have traces of poultry in.
Poultry as in chicken.
Poultry as in chicken, girl.
Oh my gosh.
So we found a couple of safe recipes that we can have him consume, and we know that they're safe. We know what goes into it. So shall we get started?
Please do. So I see you've got some bananas, eggs, and then what is going on there?
So we've got bananas, eggs, we've got some whole wheat flour. You can use oats that are pulverized. We've got some water, and that's basically it. So it's really simple, really affordable. Of course, we always, there's always that one banana, that one banana that nobody touches, and it just goes brown, and then it's black. So it's a good way to use up some leftover bananas or bananas that are going a bit funky.
Right. Well, listen, if it's not banana bread, then it's definitely a poor cookie, a poor pup
definitely. I think we've gone away from the
banana
bread
bread now.
Is it still a thing, girl?
I love banana bread.
So we're going to do our bananas, just mash them up slightly. We're going to whisk up our eggs.
So there are people that say that dogs shouldn't consume like human food, but you're saying this is safe enough for dogs.
So these are sort of safe ingredients. I mean, there's no refined sugars. You're relying on the natural sugar of the banana. That's why we've gone with whole wheat flour and a little bit of water. So it's three, good ingredients.
Clean ingredients.
And these are treats for pets. So I wouldn't advise you to now give them a whole bowl full of them.
Right.
Just a little treat here and there is always nice and special to make them feel special.
Oh, we can hear a little bow. He already is like, my mouth is watering. I want some of that.
He's having serious FOMO because at home he's usually at my feet watching me do my thing.
Cute, man. So how old is Bo?
So he's 2.5 years old now, a big boy.
And he is a sausage dog, right?
Yes, so he's what they call a dapple. So he's got a tricolor dapple. So he's got 3 colors in his coat.
And we can see the colors right now. And he's wearing a little jersey to go on top of it.
He's
Isn't
actually
he
wearing a
gorgeous?
polo neck like that
It's
today.
a panda. Dad and dog are matching. I'm so here for it. So
So-
you said he's a sausage dog.
Yes,
Okay.
he's a tri-colored sausage dog. So he's got black, he's got a bit of silver, if
Oh,
you look
excuse
carefully,
me,
and a little
silver
bit of
fox.
brown. And he's just our little baby. Look at him with his little.
And then his tail. And then I was scratching. He barked at me though. And I
told
said, hey,
you.
I'm safe, okay? I'm not a threat, I promise.
I told you he only barks at beautiful, gorgeous people.
Stop
so
it.
that must
Say it
mean
again.
something. Okay, cool. So you can see the mixture's a little bit wet. So I would advise you to have some flour on standby, and you're just
Right.
going to incorporate a little bit more flour until it's a pliable
This is
consistency.
the consistency we want.
So there we go.
Oh, got you.
And obviously these are for pets, so you don't have to be too precious about size,
Yeah.
color, texture.
And
it's all
shape.
and shape. You know, really, it's something that you can do on the go. And what's really nice about these is what I would do is bake up a whole batch and freeze the
dough.
make a big batch of dough, freeze what I don't use, and bake as I'm using, so
That's
that they don't go
amazing.
off.
So here's a question: how does Bo earn a treat, or are you just spoiling him all day, every day?
Listen,
Be honest, Jay.
I'm the good cop.
Okay.
I just want to give him love and spoil him and treat him. But obviously with dogs, you've also got to be conscious of their weight, especially with sausage dogs.
He got the little legs.
Yes. So if he's a good boy and he sits before, he gets a treat. And sometimes, you know, dogs have emotions too, you know. So I can
Yeah.
sense when he's feeling a little bit down. He goes to daycare. So on days
stop
that he
it, he
doesn't
goes
go
to
to daycare,
daycare.
and daycare spoils him, child. He gets watermelon, he gets fruit, he gets snacks, he gets treated so well.
Stop.
So when he's home with me,
He's like, hey, where's my
he's like,
watermelon
"Where's-
at?"
girl, you know. So you've just got to manage, you know,
Yeah.
manage that and make sure that you are looking out for the best in terms of their health. And
So cute. I've been a dog mom for 10 years.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. I've got a little Yorkie. He is gorgeous. He's currently, like I mentioned earlier, living with his grandparents.
Yeah.
But he is just the cutest thing. And he's also a lap dog. Oh, I can hear him again. He's so cute. He's like, please, can I be part of the conversation? He's also a lap dog, so he's very much like part of the
Needy.
family. He sleeps here.
Yeah.
He's with you when you're working.
Yeah, no, we've got a nickname for Bo.
Yeah?
It's Needy Judy.
Needy Judy.
Because he is always, you know, he wants to be in the action. And God forbid, someone gives me a kiss on the cheek, and then
Oh.
he's like, whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa. So
Let's
it's
not do that.
he's very protective. But
Okay,
he's-
well, you do those shapes. I will remind you, Mzansi, that we've got the QR code on your screen right now. I mean, it's really simple.
Yeah.
You've got it in your mind already. But if you want a reminder, it is, of course, right there for you to scan, and it will head you straight to the recipe. But look at our beautiful shapes, and then, of course,
Should we try one?
I'm scared. Yes, we should try one. Okay,
I'll
so
try one.
you try one, and you let me know how that is. And then, yeah, save the other half of the heart for Bo.
I mean, it's not sweet.
Okay.
Doesn't taste like much.
Does it taste like a dog treat?
It tastes like health. It tastes like health, like you are not going to have cholesterol.
Good, because we don't want our little pups to have cholesterol. This is the perfect recipe. I mean, it looks like a dog biscuit. It tastes like a dog biscuit. It is a dog biscuit. Thank you, Chef Jay. You'll be back in a bit to, of course, let us be introduced to your dog, and then more recipes on the way.
She's a sweet boy.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The Singularity South Africa Summit 2025 kicked off yesterday, taking place at the Sandton Convention Centre on the 22nd and 23rd of October 2025. This year's summit, themed Igniting Africa's Future, brings together the sharpest global and local minds to share cutting-edge insights and technologies and trends shaping business, society, and the human experience. We have Maximus and Murphy joining us in studio today, accompanied by Tsepo Kgame, who is the Chief Questioning Officer at Singularity South Africa. Everybody, please give them a warm Expresso welcome. Bo, 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 bo. Tsepo, thank you so much for joining us. This year's theme is Igniting Africa's Future. Can you just explain to us how the 2025 event builds on previous years to address, some of Africa's challenges?
So you actually pointed at it when you were talking about inspiring Africa. And our motto is pretty much future-proofing Africa because, we're here. And why do we want to look at things from outside to solution for us? We have the things here and we've been doing it. So it's really about agitating and inspiring ourselves on this continent to actually do things for ourselves. And that's where we're coming from.
The event heavily features AI, robotics, the works, right? And from a global perspective looking in, a lot of people may have the perception that Africa is behind, right? What do you believe are some of the challenges that we are faced with can be addressed by these robotics as well as create tangible progress, rather?
I mean, we are behind, yes, but we can't negate the fact that we're actually progressing. If you look at the likes of Kenya and how they've come into the limelight in terms of their Wi-Fi connectivity, that came out of necessity. So that's going to happen across the African continent. But again, we're moving forwards, but we're moving at our own pace. And we need to partner with, all the countries on the continent to move forwards, to actually show the rest of the world that we've got this. We don't need what you have. We've got it here. You need what we have, right?
Now, how would you say that this summit, is different from any other technology or innovation conferences out there?
So I wouldn't say different. I would say more complementary because there are other African positioned tech conferences that happen. But I think what it does is collectively we're raising awareness and we're bringing innovation together. And it's all about this togetherness, right? Because I think the rest of the world sees us as a bit separate. So, that tech conference that happens up there, we need to attend it. We need to see how we can contribute to it and vice versa, as opposed to, mine and theirs.
And what I'm mostly interested in is the metaverse, right? We hear metaverse this, metaverse that. How do you believe that it enhances human experiences, both online as well as in person?
Look, I think coming out of COVID, we all learned what the virtual world was. And we've coined a term which is called phygital. And that's bringing together physical and digital. And if you think of a webinar infrastructure, it's more of a 2D, very flat, camera on or one-way view, where we've now created an alternate universe, which is the metaverse. And that just brings it one step closer towards the magic, which is actually physical, because there's magic in proximity. So in the metaverse as well, we allow people to create lifelike avatars, which is actually pretty cool, the way that it is so accurate. I don't know if you've heard of a game called Roblox.
Yes.
Similar premise, but now we're in it. So it's also weird to see myself walking around in this avatar form, but in a virtual world. So it kind of takes me back to my childhood of playing games.
It sounds really, really exciting. I'm pretty sure people who are watching right now want to know who are the headline speakers, who can they expect to see both locally and internationally?
Some of the speakers that we can look forward to is one of the co-founders, Peter Diamandis. He founded Singularity University, and the premise that we operate by today is why they started it, which was a university really focused on future leaders. And what I enjoy about this year's summit is that we have an even balance between local and international speakers. So we have about 40+ speakers.
Wow.
And that is about 30 hours of content.
Something exciting, ladies and gentlemen, is about to happen. As you can see for yourselves, we've got this cute little pup named Murphy, right?
Yeah.
But also, I need you to please show some love for Maximus. Ah, come on. Oh, my goodness. Not you waving at me.
That's him saying hi.
Hi, Maximus. Are you good? You want to do a little handshake? Come, let's do it. Oh, no?
Are you
You are
shy?
so strict. Are you shy? Are you shy?
There we
Like
are.
blowing a kiss. That's much, much better.
Much better than a handshake.
Much better than a handshake. Tell us more about Maximus and Murphy, please.
Well, Maximus and Murphy are our androids. Actually, I think Maximus can tell us a bit about himself.
I'm the Unitary G1 humanoid robot. I stand 1.3 meters tall and weigh 35 kilograms. I can carry objects of up to 3 kilograms, and with 23 degrees of freedom in my joints, I move with human-like flexibility. I was built by Unitary Robotics in Hangzhou, China.
What?
Yeah.
Very specific. Can we please get a round of applause for that? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of freaked out right now.
I mean, it's a little unsettling.
It is.
The first time we heard the heavy footsteps of Maximus in the office, like, what's happening?
Seppo, thank you so much for joining us here on your Feel Good Breakfast show and coming through with Maximus and Murphy and letting us in on what we can expect at the Singularity South Africa Summit 2025.
Thank you so much for having us, and the future is here. Feel it.
Ah, the future is here, South Africa. I'm pretty sure you can feel it. But if you want to feel it some more and want to be a part of the action, don't hesitate. Head on over to www.singularitySouthAfrica.org to purchase your tickets. I'm pretty sure everyone in Cape Town is in awe right now. Right, guys?
Oh man, in absolute awe and a little conflicted. I don't know how I feel about introducing another pet into our mix, even if it is robotic. No, I absolutely love where tech is going, but I love the fact that we're focusing on our furry friends and that, I think, closest of relationships, which means they must go wherever we go. In fact, a great friend of mine taught me this lesson. Your dog will only know the world that you show them. So let's show them that world, whether it's a family road trip or a quick weekend escape. Our pets are part of the adventure as well. They deserve it. But while we remember the snacks, the toys, the travel bowls, the pad course, there's one thing we often forget: protecting them from unwanted hitchhikers like ticks, like fleas, and other parasites. Well, our good friend veterinarian Vince Boertz is here to share how to keep your furry companions happy, healthy, and parasite-free, because it works for all of us, and that's wherever the road is going to take you, off-road even.
Absolutely.
Vince, so great to have you here. Thank you so much for being here and for the colour scheme this morning. Absolutely love it, man.
Always prepared.
I know. I like the fact that you just ease in. You're actually becoming a fixture in our studio. And well, you should be, because I think we often forget that this is an everyday challenge with our pets. We've got to look after them 24/7. Why are parasites such a concern when we are traveling?
So I think a lot of the time, especially when when we're living in the cities, we sometimes forget about things like ticks. With fleas, I think maybe you see a little bit more in the city, but with ticks, you do tend to forget about them. And it's very easy for like life to catch up with you and to like completely forget about all of that. And then when you're trying to like pack everybody and get the kids ready and make sure you don't forget the bike so that they can have something to do for the kids or what have you. And then it's very easy for you to forget all the extra things you might need for the dog. And I think one of the biggest challenges is obviously as you venture out of the city, your risk for ticks increases exponentially. And I think a lot of people forget about that until they get there and see a tick on their dog.
Oh, completely. And retrospect, we don't want in this space, because ticks can lead to major health problems for humans and for pets. So think of it as one little ecosystem. So how do the locales, the environments differ, and what can we expect?
So if you remember from some of our previous things, we spoke about the different types of tick-borne diseases that we have in South Africa. And the reality is, because we have different types, they also have different tick-borne vectors, and those vectors survive in different areas. So the reality is that there isn't actually areas that are risk-free. They don't exist in South Africa.
Just layers to it, yeah.
There's just areas that are higher risk for one or the other, or for both. So for instance, sort of on your like coastal or warm areas, especially up in KZN, your Ehrlichia is maybe a little bit more prominent there, but then in many of the other areas, you have the Babesia that you're a bit more concerned about. And the reality is they all pose like a substantial threat and a life-threatening threat to your pet. So the best thing is prevention rather than cure.
Oh, completely. And that's financially and otherwise. And I'll always bring the financial equation in because it is a massive driver or inhibitor when it comes to our pets. So you want to think about that when you're planning the long-term health of your pets.
Exactly.
What do we need to have in our little travel bag for our pets? How do we adequately protect them?
So it's interesting because I think a lot of the time you think to yourself, okay, if you're traveling, you must now get your treatment or for ticks and fleas, but you actually have to have it on board.
Should be there
beforehand.
all the time.
So it should just be a habit. It should be something that you do regularly, and it should be something that you don't really even have to think about pre-travel necessarily, except just reminding yourself, have you definitely given it? But you need to actually be in a routine where you're doing it regularly. So if you have a monthly product, you want to make sure that you are routinely giving it, on the month, and that you put yourself in a situation that you don't actually have to think twice about.
Yeah, paint yourself into a corner there. And you can almost even say, we are ready to have a trip once the pets have gone through the vaccination gateway and. New routines can throw, especially, I can't imagine people are taking long road trips with their cats, but I've seen it. But when it comes to our dogs, they like what they like. They like routine. They like that safety. If we're going to disturb that, what advice do you have for taking road trips and looking after our pups especially?
So a lot of it comes into trying to maintain the routine as best as possible in terms of like feeding times and what you're feeding, trying not to, like, a lot of people go away and they think, oh, my dog now needs all like completely
Let's
new
treat them like we're
treats
treating ourselves on holiday. Yeah, and it
then
doesn't
they
work.
end up with like gastro, and then you have to deal with that on holiday.
As with your kids, as with your pets.
Yes, so try and stick to that routine as much as possible. And if you find that your dog, for instance, struggles with the travel component of it, chat to your vet. Like, we have a lot of meds that we can use just to make the whole thing at least a lot easier and make sure that your dog actually does enjoy it. Because sometimes I think people don't realize how stressful it can be for them. And it's not for every dog. Not every dog is born for travel.
No,
Some
completely.
just
Even
aren't
just
good.
a car ride. Our one little rescue Dashi, I've realized, gets quite car sick. So you've just got to, but she loves it.
Yes.
Once you get there, and she's got the park, got the beach, got the mountain to run on. But you've got to take cognizance of that. Some other travel tips, possibly. I would think safety, obviously going into new areas with your dog. Some of them are designed to go out and explore and hunt, so bear that in mind. But what travel tips do you have?
So more like from experience than even from being a vet. With my own dog, I go everywhere with him. He literally travels all over with me. So for me, planning is obviously the most important thing because I need to make sure that I've got all the different things that he needs. And then being very aware of where you're going, trying to kind of do your own little research beforehand, try and make sure they're pet-friendly places that you're going to. Generally, depending on your dog's behavior and personality, try and get an area that's fenced off. And then I always recommend, if you arrive at a place, to try and do a recce before you just let your dog go.
If you find anything on your legs, maybe that's a
Yes, yeah.
Something's just dawned on me. Kind of, cats bring the adventure with them, and often cats won't be housebound. They'll put themselves in different environments, different ecosystems. How do we ensure that our cats are protected in the same way?
So yeah, I mean, there are products to make sure that you're treating your cats as well. And I think with cats, it's super important. We've done a previous segment where cats are leaving the house and actually going off and picking up things and then coming back. And so they're these like beautiful little transport systems that basically can go fetch things and bring them back into your house. So people might say like, oh, my dog doesn't really leave the yard. Okay, but does your cat?
Yeah,
and
you
then
see
if
this
they do,
secret agent.
you need to be treating and managing them both. And there's products for both of them.
I love that. And there's digital reminders to remind you. So just set it on your phone and get away. Okay.
Exactly.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Cool.
What was the last place you traveled with your dog?
He goes everywhere. We drove up to Centurion the other day with him. So he loves being in the car. If he could be in the car all day, that's where he wants to be.
I won't ask him about his playlist. I think, something upbeat, maybe quite funky.
Sometimes I think my singing gets like annoying for him sometimes, but he has to deal with it.
That's the joy of a dog's love, man. Absolute unrequited love, even with our singing voices. Vince, thank you so much. You're an absolute legend. Hopefully this has inspired you to get out there and explore with your pups, with your pets. Take them out into this beautiful world, but look after them. With spring in full swing, ticks and fleas are active, more active than ever. So keeping your pets protected is an absolute. And NexGuard makes it a super simple with a tasty chewable that gives dogs 1 full month of protection, or then you can get the convenient 3-month pack, which is even longer cover, obviously. And for cat parents, there's NexGuard Combo, easily slipped onto the back of the neck for broad protection against fleas, against ticks, and of course a litany of worms as well. So no matter the destination, make sure protection is part of your pet's packing list, and yours with NexGuard.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's just gone 7 o'clock on the dot. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's get into your national news headlines to get us all started, where the Western Cape Department of Education has suspended 8 pupils from Milnerton High School out in Cape Town following allegations of bullying in a circulating viral video. Now, the footage shows a pupil being assaulted with hockey sticks as well as belts. Now, disciplinary hearings have been scheduled while counseling services are being provided to the students involved. The department is closely monitoring the situation and has urged the public not to share the video further in order to protect the identity of the minor victim. In other national news, former President Jacob Zuma has been ordered by the Pretoria High Court to repay 28.9 million rand spent by the state on his personal legal costs linked to the illegal arms deal with French company Thales. Now, the sum, which includes 20 years of accumulated interest, must be paid within 60 days or Zuma's assets and pension could be seized. Now, the court granted the state attorney authority to execute movable or immovable property if payments not made, following Zuma's legal team's claim that the funds were provided based on government legal advice. In your international news making headlines, the International Court of Justice in The Hague has ruled that Gaza Strip's residents were deprived of adequate humanitarian assistance because Israel failed to fulfill its legal obligations as an occupying power. Now, the UN requested opinion found that Israel can no longer justify blocking the United Nations Relief and Works Agency on grounds of infiltration by Hamas and must instead facilitate aid delivery and distribution to meet basic needs. While the judgment is non-binding, it places serious international legal pressure on Israel and renews global focus on Gaza's humanitarian crisis. Meanwhile, the news on the continent, Angola is preparing to start production at its first major copper mine, Titelo, marking a key step in diversifying the country's economy beyond oil. Now, owned by China's shining star Icarus, the $250 million project is expected to produce 25,000 metric tons of copper concentrate annually during the first 2 years. Now, Mines Minister Diamantino Azevedo said the mine's inauguration is imminent, underscoring copper's importance in renewable energy and highlighting Angola's growing role in battery metals alongside lithium, cobalt, and nickel exploration. Now, closing off your 7 o'clock news here with South Africa's nearly 3,000-kilometer coastline that just got a hopeful wave of good news. That Starlink is expanding its operations locally with a 2.5 billion rand investment, including plans to equip NSRI rescue vessels with satellite connectivity. Now, for the all-volunteer crews operating far offshore, often beyond mobile networks, reliable communication can mean the difference between life and death. Starlink's low-latency network will allow real-time voice data and imagery to flow, and that's between vessels and the Emergency Operations Center, improving navigation, medical decision-making, and crew safety. Now, NSRI CEO Mike Funk says the tech is a game-changer, ensuring volunteers stay connected during critical rescues and helping save lives while strengthening training, coordination, and coastal safety nationwide. A feel-good way to close up your 7 o'clock news. We'll do it all again at 8 o'clock. But now, though, your sporting highlights presented by Gray.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm struggling to wrap my head around the cricketing action that ensued yesterday. Let's start with the bowlers doing the batting. Senoran Murasami's 89 not out, and then Kagiso Rabada's 71, one of the best knocks of his career, powered South Africa to 404 and a 71-run lead before Simon Harmer's triple strike reduced Pakistan to 94 for 4 on day 3 in Rawalpindi. We might just have reeled it in, despite the collapse of Babar Azam's unbeaten 49, keeping Pakistan in the fight, but still trailing by just 23 runs heading into day 4. It's going to be a thriller. Now, speaking of which, the top teams in the World Cup are firing. Let's look at the top team. Ashley Gardner, 104 not out. Annabelle Sutherland, 98 unbeaten, helping to lead Australia to a dominant 6-wicket win over England in indoor yesterday, sealing their spot at the top of the Women's World Cup table. So chasing 245, the pair shared an unbeaten 180-run stand. That was after Australia had slumped to 68 for 4 at one point. Now they extend their unbeaten run and, of course, hand England their first loss. But the big guns, including the Proteas, are firing at just the right time. Well, speaking of which, let's get back into the local footballing action, and Tsepang Morebi's early strike handing Orlando Pirates a 1-0 win over Polokwane City, now extending their league streak to 6 on the bounce and moving within 3 points of leaders Mamelodi Sundowns. Then Stellenbosch, the lone Cape Fighters, they edged Golden Arrows 4-3 in a goal fest at Athlone Stadium. And then Kaiser Chiefs, their struggles continued with a goalless draw up against Siwelele, that one playing out at the FNB Stadium. Now let's get back into our champagne football in Europe. Liverpool finally snapped that 4-game losing streak with a 5-1 rout of Eintracht Frankfurt, with Hugo Ekitike scoring against his former club. Then Real Madrid, they maintained their perfect start as Jude Bellingham's strike sealed a 1-0 win over their old foes Juve, while Chelsea's youthful side looked, well, just as strong as they've seen. It's crushing a 10-man Ajax 5-1 with Mark Jou, Estavao and Tyreek George all on target. Remember those names, stars on the up. But that's where we leave our sporting highlights for now. We'll delve into them again around 8 o'clock. Let's connect with the road, see if the traffic is up and running.
Well, thank you so much, Gray. Let's see what the roads are doing out in Gauteng and Centurion, where there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound after Old Johannesburg Road. Now, currently, the middle lane is affected, leading to many delays, as you can imagine. So please drive cautiously and stay patient while traffic does clear up. Heading over to Gauteng in Benoni, where an accident has occurred on the N12 westbound after Tom Jones Road. Now, lanes are restricted, so please avoid the affected route as delays are expected as we ease into peak hour traffic. Moving over to Cape Town, out in Kuils River, heavy congestion has been reported on the R300 northbound at Old Paarl Road. Now, motorists are advised to stay alert and consider alternate routes if possible to avoid extended travel times. But wherever you're headed out right now, we wish you the best on your travel journeys. That's where we leave your roads. Let's check in with your weather. In your weather news, the South African Weather Service has issued warnings of extremely high fire danger. That's across central and southeastern Northern Cape, northeastern Western Cape, and western and central interior of the Eastern Cape. Now, residents and authorities are urged to exercise caution as dry, windy conditions increase the risk of wildfires. Meanwhile, hot and humid weather will create extremely uncomfortable conditions. That's over the Amatole and OR Tambo districts in the Eastern Cape and alongside the coast and adjacent interior of KwaZulu-Natal, with the exception of the extreme north coast. And all of that heat brings us into the sunrise view of this hour straight out of East London. Let's see what Keith Dyer has to offer today. Well, first of all, 37 degrees is what we can expect in your side of town. But when it comes to the view, it's okay. It kind of balances it all out, doesn't it? The beautiful sun peeking out over there, casting a beautiful orange hue over the waters. And then, of course, where you're standing, capturing the picture. 37 degrees doesn't feel that bad at the end of the day when you have that as a form of relief. 0630369649 if you'd like to be like Keith and jump on board. Let us know what the morning looks like on your side of town. For now, though, let's get into your temperatures for your Thursday.
And there you have it, your temperatures for today, Mzansi. I hope that things are looking oh so delicious on your side. I feel like the temperature has finally risen again after we went through a bit of a cold front. However, something else that is rising is the money that could be in your pocket, my friend. Because every day, get double pay day when you play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 500,000 Rand jackpot and the new Daily Lotto Plus for the guaranteed 150,000 Rand jackpot this Thursday. What are you waiting for? Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za. You can use the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120*7529# for USSD. All of the details I just told you are on our Expresso show pages, so you can go and check them out. But Panda Push Up Play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 500,000 Rand jackpot and the new Daily Lotto Plus for the guaranteed 150,000 Rand jackpot today. And you could double your winning chances, but all you gotta do is play now. Now look, we still have so much to do right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and we're so glad that you are here to indulge in the menu. Let me tell you what's still coming up. On the way, we get into some road tripping because we know that December's around the corner. How can you plan the perfect road trip? Well, my friend, we've got a little bit of something that's going to help you out. And then we're also going to be jumping on into a little bit of something that I absolutely love. And that is us just understanding what it is that the Selene Quest brings to the table, my friend. We're finding out in a refreshing way. Stick around. We're going to have a whole lot more coming at you. But for now, let's take a short break and we'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Not that I wish you weren't sitting in front of your TV watching, but there is a part of me that wishes you were on the open road right now, just driving off into the distance. There is nothing quite like the freedom of the open road in South Africa when there is a journey ahead of you. The wind in your hair, maybe in your scarf. The playlist turned up. We know that's requisite. The rush of escape as the world blurs past. Please give me that feeling.
Oh my gosh, right now. But let me tell you, it's not just about the speed, because I know, Gray, you can push it a little bit. It's about the journey, the mountains, the coastline, the endless beauty along the way. And South Africa is not short of just offering that beauty every single day. So Mzansi, we want to hear from you. What is your favorite stretch of road to let your car breathe? Now, I don't know if I've ever heard this phrase before. Let your car breathe.
It's called the Karoo. Okay.
Well, there's that too, yes.
And it's called getting from Joburg to Cape Town in one day. Now, I've done that drive a couple of times because I just find it transformative. And it's often, so I had to drive my mother's life down from Joburg back to Cape Town as part of her journey. And I just remember how transformative that was. That feeling of coming into the mountains, doing the mountain tunnel is absolutely amazing.
Unreal.
But can I be so cheesy?
Yes.
Coming around Hospital Bend and seeing the mountain.
I get
And just
you.
being reminded that you live on the foot of
a mountain.
one of the natural wonders of the modern world. It's not, there's my goosebumps, it's not lost on me. So I love that. And I do try and temper my speed as well as I'm coming into the city.
I love that.
Just
Just
calm
to
down
take
a
it
little
in.
bit.
Be
What
present,
is
enjoy.
your magical stretch?
I don't know if I have a magical stretch. I've never really thought about this, but there's this path like close to this place called Peregrines as you're going towards
girl.
Hook, that area of the Western
You be buying
Cape.
pies.
You
You
are
be buying 10
buying
pies.
pies. And also those little jars of like smurchies, like all those things that my dad absolutely loves. Like the farm stalls along the way.
For
I love on the
sure.
way to Grabo. I absolutely love it. Park the car.
That was the route to Raoul's wedding.
Oh my
So you must know.
goodness.
So post-wedding, how many pies
Were
bought
consumed.
on the road to just, a bit of a red ambulance. Absolutely love it.
Beautiful.
And that's Solari's Pass.
Yes, that's
coming-
it right there.
I mean, come on. And these
We're
are
so
all
spoiled.
on our footstep, on our doorstep, man.
It's beautiful. Now I really want to just jump in a car and go on a road trip. Please, somebody make this happen.
For me, I like the fact that you can kind of get a change in locale literally every kilometer. You can go from mountain to desert to beach to what is your ultimate stretch? I must say, we talk about the garden route, but there is something about having that green and that blue
There's
on
something
either
about
side.
it.
It's magical.
I just want to be close to water wherever I go. Even the drive over like Chapman's Peak,
look at
absolutely
that.
gorgeous. If there's a waterfall in the background, like I'm losing my mind because I just found water really, it's such a wondrous thing. I don't know. It's really beautiful.
I get you, man. I'm thinking of the places in this country that we've got access to, like the Drakensberg. We've got Cathedral Peak, where you can go proper mountain adventure. Probably find snow in places in South Africa. We literally have every kind of adventure locked and loaded.
I have gone to the snow in Ceres before, which is also a drive again up the Western Cape. Built snowmen. I didn't get to make a snow angel. There wasn't that much, but it was
And
lovely.
Is this not the most South African thing that you... So I went to school in the Midlands and we went on a school trip to go and paint in the mountains. Found a tiny patch of snow. And we were like, hang on, there's still bits of snow. So we collected snow in our tops, made the guy put them in the combi and we kept stopping and collected snow. And then when we got back to school, we made a massive pile of... Well, it was basically weaponized ice in the middle of the field and proceeded to have a snow fight.
snow fight.
But you can get it in
That's
South
cute.
Africa.
Yeah.
And we haven't even mentioned the wild space. That feeling of
Gotta do
driving
your wild
at...
sound now.
Oh.
Yeah, that was good.
That wasn't bad. That was like the
good.
leopard that we actually did see. My first wild leopard in the Pilanesberg. Come on. We got the big five. We've got wild spaces. We've got unmatched coastal beauty. And we've got the eighth modern wonder of the world.
Absolutely
Come on.
beautiful. I love that you've added an extra one on there. Now, we asked you to join the conversation on our social pages. So let's see what some of you have had to say. And yes, we are standing here with a pen and paper because we would love to hear a little bit more about places throughout South Africa.
So let us know when you're cruising along the N2. Maybe it's the R62 for you that just takes you to that special happy place. We want to know, what is your dream stretch? What is your absolute joy to hit the open road. I'm just looking at this car thinking maybe we need a slightly faster car for our next road trip. With Shell V-Power, we've always got them in the bag. But we want you guys to please inspire us to get out. So let's see what you all are saying.
All right, Cindy, what have you got to say for us? The garden route drive is one of my favorites. Agreed. Agreed.
Can we drop the bike right there? I'm going to say garden route on balance.
Yes.
Probably gets referenced more than any other place. I would still go with the Wild Coast Coffee Bay.
Just saying.
But, yeah,
Let
you
your
can
car
stay.
breathe, though, on the garden route area, and I think you've got a good thing going. But listen, when you're cruising along the N2, the R62, or anywhere in this beautiful country, your car needs to perform at its absolute best so you can really just feel it all. And that's where Shell V-Power comes in. Engineered for performance, it keeps your car just running smoothly.
Okay, now this might create a bit of a skip, a beat in the heart. At least 5 lucky couples right now stand a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime road trip and track experience for 2. And you know with Shell, they're going to go next level for this. So simply spend 750 Rand or more at Shell. Tap your V Plus rewards card 3 times this month, and then you could be hitting the road in ultimate style. But you can find those T's and C's, of course, that do apply. Good luck.
From the road to the air. I love this. Zanzi, the summer sun is calling. And for many of us, that means dusting off the passports and planning our next great escape. Whether you're opting for a long stay with loved ones or backpacking to see the world, enough luggage space isn't just a convenience, it's a necessity. Ask me, the overpacker, I know. But how do you fit your whole world into one suitcase? That's the question. And how do you do it while still looking stylish? Well, my friend, our friends at Selini Luggage took that challenge personally with the Quest range. And spoiler alert, things got a little bit splashy. And Carl was there to get all of the lowdown. Let's check it out.
I'm Zanzi. Now, this is how you kick off the perfect summer. The African sun, a sparkling pool, and also the perfect lounger to kick off and think of my next big travel adventure. Alistair, good to see you. Look, if I'm bumping into you here, that means you're off somewhere exciting.
I am off somewhere exciting. It's a long, extended adventure. I'm going to 1 million places, and that's why I always have to have this giant suitcase. My beautiful Selini Quest.
You travel a lot. Surely you have some traveling gripes by now.
Only gripe I have is that we live on the southern end of Africa. Everywhere we go is like a 12-hour flight. So I make sure that when I travel, I take extended, long adventure breaks. I travel like crazy, and that's why I have to have these huge suitcases, and that's why I always use the Selini Quest.
How much does that hold, Alistair?
It holds a lot, Carl. But rather than telling you how much it holds, I'm actually going to show you. Hold these, please, Carl.
Alistair, what are we doing? I thought you were showing me the capacity of the Quest. Are we going diving?
This is how we measure suitcase sizes in liters. Pass me the bucket, Carl. Thanks, Carl. This bucket holds 12 liters. Let's see how big the Selini Quest really is.
I have seen cold packs filled with ice, but I've never seen a suitcase filled with liters and liters of water.
Right, now there's still an expander section which adds another 20%. So most cases only hold 120 liters. This bad boy holds up to 167 liters. It's massive. Perfect for African travel. I'm often traveling with my wife, and we each need a little bit of space. Obviously, she takes the expander side because she packs a lot more than I do. But this could easily take us around the world for a month or 2. One of the things I love about this case is that it's so easy to lose things because it's so massive. That Selini have got a beautiful designed interior where you can put those important things that easily get lost in a massive case, like a handkerchief, a belt, any of those little costume jewelry items. They've even got a spot here for a track tag. I know that I lost my track tag. I couldn't find it in the case. It's just a beautiful little zip here and you pop it in. I just love this. It's so organized.
Alistair, you've really put the quest to the test, my man. Listen, Mzansi, whether you are jetpacking to the Northern Hemisphere or just packing your bags for a cross-country family road trip, Selini has thought of everything, down to the liters that you would need. Don't forget, travel with Selini. Travel with brilliance.
Oh, we absolutely love it. Thank you, Cal, and thank you, Selini. From style to peace of mind, the Selini Quest proved it's ready for any journey, really. Long hauls, spontaneous adventures, and everything else in between. Be sure to add the Selini Quest to your cart by visiting seliniluggage.co.za. And while you're there, see what more Mzansi's premier luggage provider has to offer. Because there's so much I can tell you as a Selini lover, 100%. Right about now, though, Mzansi, we're going to take a short break. I always tell you, it's just 2 minutes, ne? You're going to go to the bathroom, you're going to go get some coffee, but you've got to come back because we've got still a whole lot to do right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3, and it's so good to be with you, especially when we get to celebrate absolutely incredible humans. This morning, we are sitting down with a king who started out, you know, on the guitar in the background, but then he came to the forefront, and he is absolutely killing it. We love the fact that we get to celebrate him today because we have got some incredible performances from him. But the question is, who exactly am I talking about? Well, everyone, I'm going to need you to just put your hands together because we have got one of our absolute faves and someone who continues to kill it in the music industry, and he's here with his new song Veluva. Everyone, let's give him a feel-good welcome. It is none other than Danny Smoke. Danny, how are you?
Good, and you? It's the first time anybody's ever called me a king, but thank you.
You are exactly that, Danny.
Awesome,
and I love that you are just taking your throne and absolutely owning it, especially as someone who, you know, like I said, was in the background before, and now you're in the forefront. Talk to us a little bit about, you know, let's talk from the beginning, actually. Just how it is that you got into music, because you come from a musical family.
Yeah.
But, you know, how did that build you up to be the artist that you are today?
I think it's something that chooses you. I always say, like music, it's not, you don't choose music, music chooses you. So it was, yeah, I grew up in a musical family. My father was also a guitar player. My sister is a bass player. You're going to see her later. She plays with me.
Yeah.
And then I just, luckily for me, my mom was cool enough to say, yeah, I'm allowed to drop out of school to pursue music.
Okay, no,
you know?
sorry, it's not good to drop out. Sorry, it's because I'm also a dropout. But yes, I understand.
Awesome. But yeah, I'd like to pursue my dream, and I'm living my dream now, to sit here and do an interview with you on TV. Like I dreamt about this as a young boy.
Yes.
You know, so it's just lovely to be able to do this and like to have success with it. Is amazing. You know, not that I'm saying I'm there where I want to be.
Yeah.
But like I'm climbing that ladder and it's very lekker for me.
You see why I call you a king? Because only kings can take their dreams and actually make them a reality. And I love the fact that your, career isn't linear. You started in the background, now you're at the forefront. I think that so many people sometimes need to hear about a journey like that because sometimes it needs to look like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's talk about, what it is that finally motivated you to step out and say, okay, I'm going to start doing things for myself and I'm going to be in the spotlight.
Look, it was a big jump for me because I was quite successful as a guitar player and as a producer, and I enjoyed that.
Yes.
And I worked with fantastic people through my career. So, in the one side, I felt like, I'm one of the guys.
Yes.
In the background, and then one of the guys that I worked with a lot, his name is Johan Foster. He kept on pushing me, saying like, "Why don't you do your own thing?" And I was like very shy.
Yeah.
Because it's something that. Because it's in the same industry, but it's two different positions.
That's true. Yeah.
So I had all this experience on this side, and then moving to a singer or artist, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like totally new. You start from scratch.
So much more pressure.
Yeah, and like, is there something in my nose right now? Are my teeth clean? So it's like, it was a big jump, but I'm growing into it now.
Yeah.
And it's almost exciting because I'm not saying I've reached my ceiling.
Yeah.
But like I've got so much more to learn now as an artist and to be on TV and not be nervous, and doing interviews in English. But no, it's awesome for me. So it's like, it was a big jump, but I think I'm there now for me. I can feel I'm starting to own it more.
I love that. Yeah, and your Engels is baie mooi.
Baie dankie.
But Danny, talk to us about your lyrics because you're someone who writes from your own life experiences.
Yeah.
How do you take that pain or that happiness or whatever it is in terms of emotions that you feel and turn it into your music and your lyrics?
I think that the lovely thing about music is obviously it's a universal thing. And like every single song, it's got a purpose.
Yeah.
So I try and write that way. Obviously, when I write something like a song that you'll hear later, which, in Afrikaans, it just means to dance.
Yes.
And lots of people laughed at the song, but I keep on saying, like, I've never seen anybody at my show dance on that song with a frown,
Yeah.
They're always happy.
That's
so
true.
a song like that, it's got its place. And the new song that I'm releasing now that's released, Belove, it's a love song. I wrote it about my first dance with my wife on my wedding. So that's something different again. And I think that's why music will be there forever. It's this whole thing of everybody's scared about AI right now and writing songs with AI.
Yeah.
The personal thing about a song will always come across. And so that's why it's lovely for me to be able to write my own songs.
I love that. And speaking of your own song, and especially the one you just shared about the declaration of love, which is about your first dance with your wife, that is so special.
Yeah.
Talk to us about Belove. Of course you told us that it came from the first dance, but what made you be like, I want to write about this, and got you to that?
Funny thing is, I was trying to write a totally different song.
Oh, hectic.
And I sat there and I was like, I'm not happy with this and I'm not happy. And I started writing again. And as I wrote some part of the song, I realized like this is something totally different. And I'm writing very personal now because I always try not be too personal because then you get too close to the song.
Okay.
And then I was just like, I'm just going to do it, I'm just going to write this song, I'm going to finish it, I'm going to send it to my record label and hopefully they love it because usually they'll say, yeah, it's a good song, but it's not your vibe right now.
Darling.
And then they loved it. And
I love that.
And it's so cool for me to be able to sing about that because you know why? I think everybody wants to be loved and everybody wants to love somebody.
Beautiful. And you know what, Danny? I love the fact that you are able to communicate that with your lyrics, with your music, and just make everyone feel loved, even just with that song. So I can't wait for all of us to just jam along to it because I'm glad you're not going anywhere. Mzansi, Danny Spoke is the person we are celebrating this morning as our musical guest. And you got to stick around because you heard he's going to be performing not once, but twice. And we cannot wait for it. But right about now, as he does a little bit of a sound check, we're going to head on out to Cape Town. Cape TZ4 Sheezy, I heard you're building things there, hey? Playing Bob the build or something like that.
It might just be, but I don't want to give the game away just yet. This is massive. In fact, it's starting to sink in just how big an opportunity this is for you, but also a milestone for this incredible company. When it comes to building better homes, better businesses, and communities around them, One Name has been a part of that journey for an incredible 40 years now. Build it, and that's exactly what they do. They celebrate 40 years of building dreams, and they are saying thank you in the most dramatic build it style that we could by giving you guys the chance to win one of 14 Hyundai Grand i10s. So Buildings Marketing Executive Chris Quayle is here to explain himself and tell a little bit more about this unbelievable milestone. This is a lot of cars, my friend. This is a big impact to make, but warranted. 40 years. Congratulations.
No. Thank you very much, Graham, and thank you for having me here. It's been a long journey. We started as just one aisle in a Spar grocery store.
Get out.
And 40 years later, we've got now 393 stores across 5 countries in Southern Africa. It's been a fantastic success story.
And through the tradesmen, through the people actually keeping the industry alive, through the guys having to do it. Yes, our armchair DIY experts as well, and I think that's where the magic has really happened. But you guys have adapted and evolved so much over that 40-year period, and maybe therein lies the secret to your success. What is happening in store now that makes you so excited? Why do you think you guys have the edge that you do?
You know, we've always been deeply rooted in the communities that we serve. And it's all about, for us, giving back to the customers. You know, we wouldn't be the size that we are if it weren't for our customers that come and support our stores.
It's a commitment,
on a daily basis. So, yeah, this year we've decided to throw it all in and give people what they really need. And you know, you were talking earlier about the road tripping and the freedom that a vehicle brings to a person is unspeakable. And so we're going to be giving away 14 Hyundai Grand i10s at the end of the year.
And we've seen it on billboards, it's in store, it's online, it's everywhere. And I love that for your customer, but I also like it for you guys, because often it's lost. And I get to work with a lot of amazing companies, and often that's the first thing that hits is, do you know how amazing you are? Does your staff know what you've achieved? And this allows everyone to get in the party, although staff, I'm assuming, can't win one of the cars, unfortunately, guys.
No.
But it's massive, massive, massive. How can people enter? We obviously want as much engagement as we can, and as the custodians on our side, we know we're going to get a really good response from this. So how do people enter?
Well, first of all, with our 393 stores across the country, you can be guaranteed that there's one close by to you. So for the people out there, if they can get down to the nearest Build It store, spend 500 Rand or more.
Easy.
And then enter via our WhatsApp channel or USSD. We tried to make it as simple and easy as possible for people to enter so that we can get as many entries and make people's dreams come true.
Because, you know, some of us are quite simple. When we come into your store and the kind of requests that we have, I would imagine you've got to lower your expectations. But you also work with the pros. So, and to be honest, that's what it feels like when I walk in. I always walk out with a slightly puffed up chest, maybe with an electronic tool that I didn't anticipate buying, but I feel empowered. What can people get out of your store when they get into your space?
So, you know, we're now coming up to the end of the year when families are going to be gathering at Christmas time, and people want to spruce up their home, make it look a bit better, even build a new home, add on a little separate section. But what we really pride ourselves on as a group of owner-managed stores is that personal connection with the community. So we've got teams in the stores that know exactly what you need, and we've got the range, we've got the prices to suit your pocket. But really it's about connecting with the communities and getting the right advice. You know, people don't know sometimes exactly what they need. They know what they're trying to achieve, but they don't know how to get there. And our staff in the stores have really got the know-how.
Completely. They demystify it, but they also, it feels like this, and maybe I shouldn't be saying it to the big cheese, but it kind of feels like the staff is on my side, not yours.
Yeah.
And I've had offers for less expensive equipment. No, don't even bother with that, dude. Just get 2 of these things for like R2 and you'll be fine, which I know kind of goes against the philosophy, but it is the philosophy. When most of us are taking on a big challenge like that, it is massive. Can I ask you a bit off the cuff here to your staff that have meant so much to this 40-year journey? How do you feel about them?
They're the gravy in our stew. They really are. They're what holds it together. It's so nice to see customers go in, engage with our staff and the retailer staff, and come out with what they need. You talk about walking out with something that they didn't really intend to, but
always.
But it's really about servicing the customer's needs, putting the customer first, and ensuring that whatever job they're trying to do, they're the ones with the home that they're trying to improve. We want to give them what they need to do that.
Oh, and you do, man. I'm absolutely blown away. Congratulations. I hope you get a moment in this crazy celebration to just take on board how amazing this achievement is. And good luck for the next 40, my friend.
Thank you.
We will
you
see
very
you
much.
there. And I might, because I think I can enter, see you in store, but you have to get in store and you have to enter, please. If you want to drive away in one of these brand new Hyundai Grand i10s, spend 500 Rand or more easily at any participating Build It store, then scan the QR code in store to enter via WhatsApp, or you can just use the old USSD code. Super, super simple. The competition closes on the 31st of December, so you've got a little bit of time, but we're going to get a lot of entries for this one. So head over to buildit.co.za to get all of the info that you need. You can also follow at BuildItSA on Facebook and at BuildIt_ Yes, we can on Instagram, and they will inspire you. You will believe you can, but I would suggest, most importantly, get in store and experience their service for yourself.
Why better? Better is harder. It takes more effort. Better is what you leave behind.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. You are indeed still right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and things just got even more feel good. I am saying that because, when beauty just walks into the room, you can't help but just be elevated. You know what I mean? And after an incredible turnout last year, my friends, the Woolworths Beauty Summer Escape is back, and it's returning to the Summer Place in Johannesburg this Saturday, the 25th of October, 2025. Now, this morning, I told you, the beauty in this room has just been elevated. Skin influencer Zitobe Machedi and our very own Ayana Tebete are here to tell us more about their luxurious and exclusive beauty experience last year, as well as what we can expect this year. Everyone, let's give them a feel-good welcome, please. It's our queens. Gorgeous girls. Is it tiring being this gorgeous?
Stop it, gorgeous girl. Let me ask you the same question.
Oh, please. Ladies, how are you feeling today?
We're
So good. Yeah. Always a good time around
something
here.
so exciting, so 100%.
I love that. And of course, you guys got to experience this incredible event last year.
Yeah.
And now it's back. Talk to us about last year. You know, what was it that was the biggest takeaway from the experience? You can start us off, Zitobe.
Oh my goodness. One thing I took away from it is that Woolworths can throw a party.
Come on.
No, but on a more serious note, like it was more than just a party. What an experience. Well-curated beauty and lifestyle event. From the moment I walked in, I was like, this is beauty haven, okay? And also just the fact that as not only a beauty lover, but a beauty consumer, I was able to interact with all these brands that I love and some of the brands that I've always been wanting to try out. They had such unique services and experiences as well, like Dermalogica was there with their face analysis, Amazi, getting massages. It was just amazing, incredible.
I love that. And I remember seeing on your guys' stories how it really was like an escape. Talk to us about that.
Oh my word, completely agree with your sentiments. It was such an immersive experience. I love it when brands think, let's not just show them how good our products are, let's put it on their skin. Let's make it smell on their skin as well. It was beautiful for that. There were beautiful people, the music, the food. We don't talk enough about the food. It was amazing. And imagine,
we were fed, hey.
We were fed.
We were fed.
It wasn't just about the gorgeousness. It also looked beautiful. I mean, I've been to Summer Place so many times, but it looked like a completely different area while we were there. What a beautiful experience.
It almost looked like you guys were out of the country.
Yes, South Africa.
Who said we were? Escapes. Who said we were? Oh, please, my goodness, I love that. But Zitobe, you know, as a leading skin influencer, talk to us why it is, you know, just that Woolworths is 100% able to always just have the best of the best when it comes to their products for our skin.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that they get right all the time is being able to like bring all these global beauty brands that we all love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also they stick to their ethos of beauty with a purpose always. You can just look at their in-house beauty brand, W Beauty, sustainable products, sustainable ingredients, high quality ingredients, making sure that even the everyday person is able to experience high quality ingredients and products at a very good price. So beauty with purpose. And I was also at Amazi yesterday doing my nails.
They are eating, baby,
And you know, what really stood out to me is the fact that for each customer, they use new nail tools. And I'm just like, that is peak hygiene. That is peak just like personal care. So it's those little details that for me like really stand out about Woolworths Beauty. And that's what will always be my #1 go-to place.
Come on, Woolies. We see you, baby. We love it. And I genuinely feel like, you know, just with you even saying that there's so much that Woolies brings to the table, I feel like this weekend's event is exactly where everyone's going to be able to experience it. Yes. My Ayanda, you know, last year was obviously such an incredible way just to get all of these beauty lovers in one space under the Woolies umbrella. Talk to us about your biggest highlight. I know you mentioned the food, ne? And I know you mentioned a few takeaways, but what was the #1 thing that really stood out for you that you feel like people need to know about in terms of this weekend?
Oh my word, it's so hard to pick one favorite. But I think there are so many activation booths by so many different brands that we usually see from afar and we think they're difficult to access. And you get information on how to use the products and which products are best for you. So you therefore listen on what is good for your skin type, and then you use the products and you get a goodie bag. Did I not mention it? Did I not mention that I'm still using my goodie bag from last year?
I love that. And that is a good goodie bag. You know
that is the type you need in your
It might
life.
just be a best bag, not just a goodie bag. It's
best
the best
one.
bag, because I know.
Yeah, and I heard this year it's bigger and better. So
yes, let's talk about this year. Let's talk about this year. Why is it that, you know, it's going to be the place to be this weekend, you know, particularly in Johannesburg? And what is it that you're most looking forward to?
I think I'll start by saying last year it was just open to influencers, which was amazing because you see people in the industry. But today it's also open to people in the public. So I'm more excited to see everyday people that you see in shopping centers, to have them experience this immersive, beautiful thing with food, with good bags,
with entertainment,
with
because they brought out the best DJs last year, and I was like, this is my stuff town.
Yes, please. I love that. That's beautiful, ladies. And you know what? I love that you called it an immersive experience, but also on top of that, it just feels like it's got everything. I mean, you said entertainment, you said food, you said the beauty, you said the skin. What is it about you that doesn't want you to have nice things, you know, if you're not there?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Well, ladies, I'm super excited for it. I know we all are. Woolies yet again just showing us why they're incredible. But I can't wait to see you there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Zanzi, you heard all about the greatness that is going to be this weekend with Woolies, because summer is for all the senses. I can't wait to see all of the magic unfold at this year's Woolworths Beauty Summer Escape. Join us next Thursday as we take you behind the scenes of this unforgettable event, because you know we're always your eyes and ears. And don't forget, you can treat yourself to a curated beauty experience at Woolworths Beauty. Shop local and international brands in store, online, or on the app. It's all for you, all thanks to Woolies. Right about now, though, you got to make sure you do not go anywhere. We still got so much coming up right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Cape Teasy Fo Sheezy, what's going on, my babies?
Well, first of all, I'm getting FOMO because the girlies are out, but that's all right because I've got my number one girlie right here in studio as we continue talking about Woolworths and their beautiful offerings. And this time around, it's around effortless style meets sun-soaked days in Woolworths' latest fashion drop. Now, this is inspired by coastal escapes and vibrant prints and relaxed living, which we'll see in just a bit. It's all about the garments that bring a fresh energy to our summer wardrobe. And our main girl and our stylist, Taryn Ta'opolnal, is here just to share some styling solutions for the entire family, which we'll see in just a little bit. But I mean, already you're making a statement.
Representing.
Come through, Taryn. So we know that summer's all about simplicity. You don't want to think about it too much, but I think it's also about bold statements within the simplicity.
100%.
So talk to me about the summer drop.
We can't let go of our personality, you
Never
know,
that.
in the process. So this is very exciting. I think the colouring is one thing that I really want to talk about. If you just look to your right, we're going to talk about this women's wear because, okay, so I'm actually wearing the white embroidery and glaze dress.
It's beautiful. The way it
Little
cinches the
twisted
waist.
front. But then Woolworths is always big on a twinning moment. And how cute.
Oh my
it's like twin with a little girl.
Wow.
But the one colour that I want to sort of bring to the forefront is this blue. Because
that caught my eye immediately.
It's such a great colour, sky blue. It's like on the list on one of the freshest colours for the season alongside your baby pinks that you're wearing and your pistachios and of course
the batter yellow.
The batter yellow, which is also behind you. So that's also a really great piece.
Even the brown is coming through.
The brown is amazing. I mean, a lot of people will be like, can I do that? Yes, you can.
Yes.
Again, the embroidery and detailing at the bottom on the hems. And again, matching sets. The easiest way to get dressed.
Ever.
Throw it on and go. You don't have to think too much about it.
Exactly.
So love that.
And
for
within
women.
this, you have so many more outfits. You could pair a vest with the skirt, the top with jeans.
Oh, I taught you well, girl.
I'm taking notes every day,
It's separating
Taryn.
those pieces as well that work really well. And then if you're looking at menswear, again, your blues, you'll see that coming through. This is a really great linen blend powder blue shirt. Again, great for dressing up, dressing down. We're going to see a lot of swim shorts coming into play, and that just feels like summer's here. So we've got the blue swim shorts. We've also got the neutral tones, and this very, very narrow stripe. And then again, with your browns, just like women, we've got that for men as well. Your all-over button-up short sleeve shirt.
Sure.
Embroidery detailing.
So, yeah, these flowers are embroidered on.
How great is
That's
this
a great
detail?
detail.
Very, very beautiful. And just such great quality, breathable, wearable. Again, a stripe.
Yes.
We love a classic stripe, perfect for summer. And then on the boys' side, again, your blues, as well as your stripes. So we can see a little matching moment with dad and son as well.
I love to see that. So this is the thing that I was going to say. We want to match when we go out to the summer, but not corny match. Just a family day out with us looking super coordinated. So please, let's bring in the models to see how it
100%.
comes together.
Cool. So we're going to bring our little make-believe fam out. We've got Letabo, we've got Kiara, we've got Michael here. And you can see Michael's wearing his bold striped swim shorts, one of my favorites. Just feels so summer escapey, coastal holiday vibes with his button-up linen blend shirt over a t-shirt. So great layering trick there with his slip-on sandals, genuine leather as well, which is really beautiful. And then Letabo wearing the matching set of the moment, her embroidery and glaze shorts and shirt, some really perfectly simple white sandals, her tote bag ready to go, and then we cannot, I mean, how cute.
I'm obsessed with your
The
outfits.
linens are feeling very Mediterranean, summer-esque. I mean, she looks amazing with little jellies. How's that? What a throwback.
What a throwback. Nostalgia just hit me so hard. I said, oh, this the feet, it's summer in those jelly shoes.
And then matching with a little heart sunnies. And that's such a great piece for kids. Again, throw on and go. So breathable and lightweight as well.
Well done, family. Looking stellar. Let's snap a picture. Kodak moment. You guys look stunning. Thank you so, so much. And I love that. It's kind of nodding and complimenting each other without going, we all matching exactly.
100%.
And that's the point. Effortless, easy, let's go with the flow. Accessories. We've got to talk about them, T.
Oh, we do love a full style solution, don't we? When it comes to the footwear, I mean, right there for women's wear, we want to talk about your little raffia detail sort of platform sandal, which is great and really goes with pretty much anything from your matching set to your dress. And then, oh, I do love these.
I was hoping you would pick them because I love them too.
I do love them. This is such a great way to dress something up. I mean, I could throw these on with the dress I'm wearing and go out for dinner with the fam or the girls.
My Christmas outfit is already sorted with these.
How amazing. I do love those. And then for men as well, we spoke about our genuine leather sandals. They're available in these black and the brown as well, which is quite a significant color for summer. So that's really great pairing with your swim shorts and your deck shorts and everything linen blend. And then for boys and girls, again, matchy with that.
Stop!
With little bucket hats. We've got sandals for girls. We've got such cute straw hats.
Oh, I love that.
How sweet is that? Again, matchy.
No, but Taryn, there your outfit's complete, hey?
I'm ready to
That's
go.
all that it was missing.
I know, right?
A little house on the prairie moment. I'm here for it.
Tell me about it. Look at the bags. So great. Such great shapes, great colors.
Cool glasses.
To match.
Okay, we're just going to accessorize
Let's
all
just
the
do
way
it.
now. Let's just go
And then another thing that I want to point out that I'm really loving at the moment are these gold and resin detail accessories.
Wow.
Which really adds some color and some interest to your look as well. So really great to look out for all these bold statements, earrings and the bangle sets, your gold chain belts, all of those things to add some interest and
So is gold in? Are we saying goodbye to silver?
It never left.
Okay, my bad. I didn't realize. That is amazing, Taryn. I love the fact that everything, yes, it's little pieces coming together, but it's effortless, it's cool, and if these glasses don't tell you,
they look so good on
then I don't know what to do. Well done. This is absolutely fantastic. The family's sorted and looking great, and so are you. Come on now. With easy fits, breathable fabrics, and timeless cuts, these new pieces will fast become your go-to items for the breezy, easy summer days, and of course, after-hour plans, which we definitely will always get into. So shop the latest summer drops at Woolworths, available in-store, online, and of course, on the app.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Apologies for that technical difficulty. The gorgeous Zanele will be back with you in just a little bit. But now, though, it's just gone moments before we hit the top of the hour, so it's time to get into your 8 o'clock national news headlines. And we get started here, where President Cyril Ramaphosa arrived in Hanoi today for a state visit aimed at strengthening South Africa's relations with Vietnam and Southeast Asia. Now, the visit focuses on expanding cooperation in trade, agriculture, skills exchange and innovation, building on South Africa's footprint in Vietnamese education and research, including the Maritime University. Now, engagements also cover electric vehicles, commodities and research and development. The trip reflects growing optimism for economic collaboration, as well as capacity building and shared opportunities, while reinforcing South Africa's commitment to deepening political and commercial partnerships in the region. In other national news, the Western Cape Department of Education has suspended 8 pupils from Milnerton High School out in Cape Town following allegations of bullying captured in a circulating viral video. Now, the footage shows a pupil being assaulted with hockey sticks and belts. Disciplinary hearings have been scheduled, while counselling services are being provided to the students involved. Now, the department is closely monitoring the situation and has urged the public not to share the video further in order to protect the identity of the minor victim. Well, internationally speaking, Cameroon's Constitutional Council has rejected 8 petitions seeking partial or total cancellation of the 12 October presidential election, citing insufficient evidence or lack of jurisdiction, as well as confirmed it will announce results on Monday. Opposition candidate Issa Chiroma Bakary declared himself the winner, claiming about 55% of the vote, while supporters protested alleged irregularities, including ballot stuffing. President Paul Biya, 92 years old, seeks another 7-year term, maintaining backing from ruling party allies who reject Bakary's claims. Now, tensions remain high as citizens await official results in a deeply divided nation. Meanwhile, the International Court of Justice in The Hague has ruled that Gaza Strip's residents were deprived of adequate humanitarian assistance because Israel failed to fulfill its legal obligations as an occupying power. Now, the UN-requested opinion found that Israel can no longer justify blocking United Nations Relief and Works Agency on grounds of infiltration by Hamas and must instead facilitate aid delivery and distribution to meet basic needs. While the judgment is non-binding, it places serious international legal pressure on Israel and renews global focus on Gaza's humanitarian crisis. Well, let's close off with this story with boxing icon Mike Tyson, who's made an emotional return to Kinshasa, celebrating the 50th anniversary of the legendary Rumble in the Jungle, as well as embracing his Congolese heritage. Now, the former world heavyweight champion was welcomed like royalty as he visited the historic Stade 20 Mai, where Muhammad Ali stunned the world in 1974. Now, Tyson, who recently learned of his ancestral ties to the DRC, said the trip felt like coming home. Beaming with pride, he met young Congolese boxers and urged them to chase their dreams. Now, for Kinshasa, Tyson's visit wasn't just about boxing history. It was a joyful reunion of spirit, strength, and shared African pride. Well, that's where we leave your news for this Thursday morning. Time now for your final bit of sports with Gray.
Oh, and I love giving the tale of the tape for this one. Let's start with some cricketing news, and it's all going down as we speak. So setting the tone, Saniran Mutasami's 89 not out, and Kagiso Rabada's 71, powering South Africa to 404 and a 71-run lead before Simon Harmer's triple strike reduced Pakistan to 94 for 4 on day 3 in Rawalpindi. At the moment, they're 135 for 9. That's just 64 runs ahead of the Proteas. We could get back into bat relatively soon and close this one out. Baba Azam doing a little bit to steady the ship there with his 49, but ultimately I think their last 2 batsmen in Khan and Afridi at the crease as we speak. Now let's talk about more cricket, shall we? And the World Cup, the big guns are standing up. Ashley Gardner, 104 not out. I think it's been pretty much a standard of her this World Cup. Then Annabel Sutherland, 98 not out. They led Australia to a dominant 6-wicket win over England indoor yesterday, sealing their spot now at the top of the Women's World Cup table. So chasing 245, the pair shared an unbeaten 180-run stand. That was after Australia at one point was 68 for 4. But now they've extended their unbeaten run and, of course, handed England their first loss at quite a critical phase as we move into the knockouts. Now let's get on to local football, and Tsepang Moremi's early strike handing Orlando Pirates a 1-0 win over Polokwane City, now extending their incredible league streak to 6 on the move, and of course moves them within 3 points of leaders Mamelodi Sundowns. Then Stellenbosch, they edged out Golden Arrows 4-3 in an absolute gold fest at the Athlone Stadium. I hope you were there to see it. While Kaizer Chiefs, they continue to struggle with a goalless draw up against Siwelele at the F&B Stadium. Now, a little further afield, but staying in the footballing lane, Liverpool snapped their 4-game losing streak with a 5-1 rout of Eintracht Frankfurt, with Hugo Ekitike scoring against his former club. Then Real Madrid, they maintained their perfect start to the competition. Jude Bellingham's strike there, sealing a 1-0 win over their old foes Juve, while Chelsea's very youthful-looking side looked all very senior, crushing a 10-man Ajax 5-1, with Marc Giroud, Estavio and Tyreek George all very much on target. And that's where we leave our sport for this Thursday morning. Let's get one last traffic update.
Thank you, Gray. A final look at the roads out in Gauteng. We start out in Benoni, where an accident has occurred on the N12 westbound after Tom Jones Road. Now, currently, significant delays of up to 24 minutes are expected for that affected route. So please do plan yours accordingly and allow for extra travel time. Sitting in Gauteng, heading out to Erasmus, there is a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound after Rigel Drive, currently affecting the left lane. Now, traffic is slow moving due to congestion, so take it easy and stay patient when you're heading on out there. So where we leave your roads for this Thursday morning, let's have a final peek at your weather. Well, the South African Weather Service has issued warnings for extremely high fire danger, and that's across central and southeastern Northern Cape, northeastern Western Cape, and the western and central interior of the Eastern Cape. Now, residents and authorities are urged to exercise caution as dry, windy conditions increase the risk of wildfires. Meanwhile, hot and humid weather will create extremely uncomfortable conditions over the Amatole and OR Tambo districts in the Eastern Cape and along the coast and adjacent interior of KwaZulu-Natal, with the exception of the extreme north coast. Let's get that cherry on top of our beautiful Thursday morning with the sunrise view of this hour. And sent from Ludwigsfontein, we have Yolanda Klutter with a gorgeous morning view. My word, every single hour we've just gotten better and better. And Yolanda, thank you so much for concluding on the highest note. A beautiful image to take us into the rest of our Thursday. And 30 degrees is what you can expect out in Ludwigsfontein today. And a reminder, we still have Friday and the whole of next week to get through. So send your pictures on 063-0369649. We would love to see what it looks like through your eyes. For now, let's prep you for the rest of your Thursday with your temperatures.
And that is exactly what your temperatures are looking like today, Mzansi. And I hope you are winning, which it seems like we all are. Because like I said, you know, the temperatures are rising, but in the nice way. The other things that are rising, every day, get double pay day when you play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 500,000 Rand jackpot and the new Daily Lotto Plus for the guaranteed 150,000 Rand jackpot this Thursday. What are you waiting for? Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za. There's the mobile app, there's cell phone banking, so many options. Because you can even dial *120 *7529# for USSD. And all of the details are on our Expresso show pages. So go and check them out. But Panda Pusha Play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 500,000 Rand jackpot and the new Daily Lotto Plus for a guaranteed 150,000 Rand jackpot today. And you could double your winning chances. So you have every reason to play now, Mzansi. Right about now, though, we're already winning. Yes, we spoke about the temperatures. We spoke about the money. Now it's time to win with the performance that we have been promising you the whole morning. Everyone, Daddy Smoke is in the building, and he has his brand new, beautiful song. It is called Belova.
Die manier wat jou recht hier my brand, met my hand om jou lyf, en dis ons eerste dans van baie, ek kan nie glo jy's aan my sy, vergeet van als en almal om ons, volg my ritme met jou lyf, ek zweer ek sal jy nooit laat val nie, ek sal nie laat gaan nie, vir ewig ek en jy. Ek beloof om jou liefde, door die dag wat ek my kop neerleg, lang gewag om dit vir jou te sê. Ek beloof om jou liefde, elke dag sal ek dit vir jou sê. Ek beloof om jou liefde, maak jou oor toe ek voel fluister, jy sal voel wat ek wil sê, die geraas raak al stiller, minder, jou hartklop is al wat ek hoor. Ek beloof om jou liefde, door die dag wat ek my kop neerleg, lang gewag om
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties, as we take a slightly techie turn. Can we call it a Tech Thursday?
That's a lot of
Okay.
teas. Yeah, why
I know it
not?
was a doggy day earlier, but now we're going to kind of level up our game because we have to. It's time to become tech savvy because scams can happen and have happened to me recently. And that's why ABSA is helping us as its customers and the communities spot the signs and stay alert with smishing. And we're going to play a game of smishing, fact or fiction. And Zanele is going to explain to us what on earth is going on. Now, we are ready, girl. We are ready.
I'm so glad you are because I cannot wait to see who is going to win. For once, I am not in the running. This is where you need to show me what you guys have got. And friends, I believe in you. Ne? This is how it's
Okay.
going to work. I will give you 5 statements, and then you will get 5 seconds to decide if each one of the statements is fact or fiction.
Okay.
And just like that, we get to see who comes out on top.
All right.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Let's
On.
go for it.
It's
Okay,
on.
you guys can call out your names.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just have to remember my name
Okay,
there for a second.
amazing.
Okay, got it.
Okay, here we go. Let me give you your first statement. Smishing is a type of phishing, but it happens through SMS, not email.
Carissa.
Yeah.
Yes, Carissa.
I'm going with true.
I'm gonna second
You're
that
saying-
and say true.
You-
Okay, so we both hopefully get a point.
Okay, well, my friends, at the moment, I can tell you that, yes, you have a point. Well done. Okay, you guys are not getting scammed from what I can tell.
No,
Here we
I've-
go.
I've
Let's
literally
go
got
to
one on my
statement
phone
number
right now.
2. Oh, my goodness. Okay, here we go. Here's statement number 2. A bank can ask me for my PIN or OTP over SMS if there's an emergency.
Graham.
Fact or fiction?
Graham.
Yes, Graham.
I'm gonna say, hell no, false. False.
They can't? Okay, I don't know, actually.
What are you saying, Carissa? We're
I
listening,
don't
my love.
know. Okay, I'll go with true. They can.
You're gonna go with true that they can?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it is Graham that is right. In terms of an emergency, that is not the one that is going to happen, my friend.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's go to number 3.
Sure.
Smishing scams can include links that look like real URLs.
Carissa.
Graham.
Absolutely true.
I gingerly stepped into that one because, yes, it is true from my own experience.
And they make it look good, eh?
Oh, it looks so real. Even the landing page, so good. So I'm going to join my friend here, my knowledgeable friend, and say true.
Well done. Yes, it is true, guys. Well done. You guys are doing quite well. Except for that one, you guys are doing very, very well. Let's do this. Number 4. Your account is blocked. You should click a link sent via SMS immediately to unblock it. Fact or
Graham.
fiction?
I'm going to say Graham.
Graham, hit us, baby.
And I'm going to say false.
Yeah.
I'm just smelling a rat. Okay, I'm going to say false.
Where there's smoke, there is fire.
Yeah.
And maybe Danny.
Yes. It's ratatouille in the kitchen. You are very right, 100%. You should not click a link via SMS to unblock your account. It will never be done that way. Let's go to number
Thank
5.
you.
Smishing messages are often personalized with my name or partial ID number. That means it's from my real bank.
I'm going to let you lead with that.
Carissa.
Have you learned?
True.
Hey?
I think I'm learning. True.
Yeah, Carissa's saying true. What do you say, Graham?
It was a bit of a duplicitous question, but yes, they often do. Those kind of SMSs contain enough original info to sell it, and they do it so, so well. So I think yes.
Yes. I don't even want to get into what is it. You are very right. It is 100% that.
It is not
tsotsies,
legit.
The scammers, the scammingers. Yes, it is not legit just because they have the first few digits of your ID number, whatever it may be. That's almost something anyone can find. So this is why we've got to be super careful. But guys, well done.
Not bad.
Okay,
Not
wait. I almost lost count a little bit, but I think, Graham, you won. Hey?
I know I definitely win because I never win anything, okay? So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to notch it. I absolutely love the fact that we are being educated. I've fallen victim to a few smishing scams because they just keep getting better and better. So I'm so glad that we are educating ourselves and everyone else.
Absolutely. You win some, you lose some, Graham. But now we are
Sure.
empowered, we are educated. Thank you, Zanele, Miss Game Master.
Thank you. Thank you, my lovelies. And I'm very proud of you guys. You guys are amazing students.
Oh, stop it. And remember, Mzansi, that your bank will never ask for your PIN, your OTP card information by SMS. Now, if you receive a message like this, delete it and then report the incident. Contact ABSA on 0860 557 557.
And please share these tips, spread the education with family, with friends, with colleagues, anyone who will listen. Please help them spot the signs and stay alert. They are so good at getting through our defensives. Education is our biggest protection. So protect your money, protect your story.
Well, continuing down this avenue, let's head over here. Designing for the future definitely means listening to the voices that shape it. So this morning, we're headed into the heart of innovation with the ABSA Experience Design Collab 2025.
It's massive. At this event, industry minds, some of the sharpest, gather to rethink global tech through an African lens, from meaningful design thinking and customer-centered solutions to tackling some very real business challenges locally. And our brilliant Ayanda G. Tibete joined the team on the ground to find out exactly what unfolded. Take a look.
Hello, Feel Good family, and welcome to the ABSA Experience Design Collab, where we are rethinking global technology through the African lens. Today, we'll be exploring how these tools serve our people, our culture, and most importantly, our future, by giving them a platform where they can talk about their stories.
Designers have more value to contribute today than they ever have had. In this world of AI, our actions may take a different form as we solve for multi-sensory experiences and systemic challenges at the highest levels of ambiguity. But the designer's unique ability to balance head, heart, and hand while remaining grounded and deeply in tune with context and the realities of human beings is going to give the designer a superhuman gift in the age of super intelligent machines.
Subhash, it is such a pleasure to see you again. What are we doing here today?
Yeah, today is our second design collab. We have it every year, and it is an industry collab where we bring people from all over the industry that come together, that look at the speciality of human-centered design and how our design teams, along with the industry, are changing the lives of the people on our continent. What we're trying to do is we're trying to shift from looking at technology trends and things that seem to be happening far away from our continent, but how do we truly practically look at those trends and look at what we need to do to embrace them, but specifically to enhance and change the lives of the humans that we see around us in our community.
Why is it important for us now to rethink global technology in the African context?
Yeah, so this is really a pivotal time. We've seen the acceleration of technology in the last 3 years just, be so rapid, especially things like artificial intelligence. So what we're talking about today, the theme of the collab is really how do we take global technology and bring it to African customers in a way that remains meaningful and relevant for them, given our diverse continent.
You think about something as simple as like a loan application. How do we make sure that those models are not introducing bias because the LLMs are potentially built on a United States funding model, but bring that home? Are our low-income earners going to be spat out by the AI and say not qualified? Or are we applying some thinking in there to show that we are catering for that market?
I work a lot with our integrated channels. Those are for branches and our call center colleagues. And oftentimes, we are designing for customers in the banking space. But now in the team I work in, we consider a lot the colleague space. The role they play in engaging with our customers, because they are the front line, they are the people who shows up with the face of ABSA every single day. We need to consider them and invest in them and help them and set them up with tools that they can actually do their job to the best of their ability.
How important is it for Moya to have you as a representative at today's conference?
When it comes to Moya app, I think the most powerful thing about it is because I have a township experience, grew up in the township,
and our core consumers are people who are living there using taxis every day. It's about being able to be representative and being able to be empathetic and again creating solutions that are focusing on their lived experiences. So yeah, that's I think the USP of having someone like myself who comes in the township to represent Moya.
From a cybersecurity perspective, how do you feel about AI being involved in digital banking?
That's actually a good question. So, I think AI is very helpful, but it also has its disadvantages as well. I mean, we've seen a lot of attacks happening through AI, what we call voice phishing, where people are pretending to be managers and using, a particular face and all that. So I think we should also educate ourselves about AI, know what are the advantages and disadvantages.
What a great day full of purpose-driven conversations. The world at large is shaped by global technologies, but today APSA created a space where we can rethink, reimagine, and redesign solutions that serve Africa.
Now you can see how the threads tie together. Design and innovation in the digital space do equal safety, equal exactly that. Absolute innovation at the moment. We love it. And I think the digital innovation isn't a destination. It's that conversation that constantly evolves in real time.
And as APSA continues to lead the intersection of both technology and purpose, one thing is for sure, that the future of banking is being reimagined one bold step and idea at a time.
I said yes!
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
Right about now, my friend, you need to make sure that you do not go anywhere because we're only wrapping things up at 9 a.m. right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. But what can you still look forward to? Well, we did promise you that Danny Smoke would be giving you 2 performances this morning. So 1 down, which I'm so sad about because I wish he was still giving us another 2. But there is 1 more to wrap up the show. And then we're getting into a new skincare podcast. And trust me, it's what your skin never knew it needed. It's all happening right here on Expresso in the next few. Do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break and we'll see you after this.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is the place that we can be honest, because guess what? We're family. And if we are being honest, from serums to skin myths, skincare can actually be really confusing. And that's why La Roche-Posay is setting the record straight with That Skin Show Derm Edition, hosted by the incredible Dr. Dave Forsyth-Thompson. This new podcast helps us cut through the noise and get the facts straight head on. And today we're thrilled to have her to tell us a little bit more. So let's give her a feel-good welcome. Yes, please.
That's a good welcome for early in the morning.
You know, you need to just wake up a little bit, but your skin is already looking fantastic.
Thank
so we're
you.
halfway there. I've got to ask you, Doc, what really inspired this whole show? The idea for That Skin Show Derm Edition. What went into it?
I think as a former Miss South Africa who has quite a big social media presence, I understand that world of beauty influencers and skin influencers, and then having that medical background and kind of seeing all the noise online, not just the marketing noise from other companies, but also, you know, misinformation from someone who's really trying their best but doesn't necessarily have that medical background. So I wanted to create something where we could sit down with 10 dermatologists and have really easy to understand, science-backed conversations.
That's beautiful. And I love the fact that you've broken it down in layman terms, because it is overwhelming. You step into a store, you're like, where do I begin? What do I do? We get fed this information so constantly. So how do you think that this podcast in particular changes the conversation around skin concerns and also the conditions that we face today?
So I think we really focused on the main conditions that we as doctors and dermatologists see in our office. I think that's where it started. So we really wanted to focus on the things that matter to the South African population. I think that's really important. And then we broke it down into really easy to follow steps. Nobody gatekept.
I love
if
that.
you watch this podcast or you listen to it on Spotify, you will know what to do at the end of the 10 episodes, which is really great because, you know, sharing information so liberally is really empowering for the patsumer.
I love that. And patsumer is something we've got to delve into, because what does that even mean? Now, if you didn't know, La Roche-Posay refers to their audience, their people, as patsumers, kind of blending together the patient-consumer. Can you break that down for us?
Yeah, exactly. So the nice thing about La Roche-Posay is they're very science-focused, right? So it's not just about someone who's consuming their product. They see each consumer as a patient, and they look at it from a medical perspective. And they collect tons of data. They publish studies all the time. So when you're using their product, it is a form of a medical treatment.
Oh, that's beautiful to know, especially how accessible it is as well. The fact that we can go to store online and just purchase it for ourselves. Now, you feature a diverse range of dermatologists in the podcast. I know there are 3 episodes out of the 10 so far. Why was it so important for you to include these expert voices?
So within our dermatology world in South Africa, we have about 250 dermatologists, but each dermatologist has something that they have a special interest in, that they've maybe published in before. For example, we had Dr. Taryn Jacobs, who recently published beautiful South African focused SPF guidelines. You know, she went through all the work to do that, and how amazing that we can have her on to talk about what her special interest is. We have male dermatologists to focus on our male population, because I think sometimes they fall a little bit short when it comes to skincare.
Sunblock for who? For what?
And then, yeah, we've got a wide range. I mean, South Africa has a population with extremely diverse skin types. It makes us so unique, and it's so interesting and so incredible. So we wanted to make sure that we really include everybody.
Thank you for that conversation and for making sure that, number one, you don't gatekeep, and also that it is inclusive for all of us. So when I'm watching this, podcast that I've got to get into to make sure my skin is good, what do you hope that I or any person that watches takes away from it?
I think probably what everybody was focusing on, and that something that I really want to communicate, that there's power in simplicity. Overconsumption, especially when it comes to skincare, is quite popular on social media. So understanding ingredients, knowing which are the correct ingredients for your skin, and understanding that actually sometimes less is more, especially when it comes to a high quality product. You don't need a 10-step
routine.
I've never in my life had a 10-step skincare routine. I have a 11-month-old little baby. I run a practice like 3 steps, you know,
in and
that's
out.
exactly. So I really want people to understand that, to really understand what's going to give you bang for your buck, and to keep it really simple.
I love that. Quality over quantity.
Exactly.
Okay, well, we are busting all the myths out here today. And thank you so much, Doc, for coming on through, looking the part as well. So yes, we believe anything that she has to say as well. And like I mentioned earlier, episodes 1 to 3 of That Skin Show Derm Edition are out now, covering everything from acne management to, of course, SPF protection to treating dark spots, which many of us deal with. So if you're looking for reliable but expert-led skin advice, please tune in weekly on Spotify and then also on YouTube if you like the visuals, and join the conversation, because when it comes to your skin, knowledge really is power. And that's what we give you right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So stick around, because more knowledge is coming your way. We're going to move from skincare all the way through to dog care, and we've got more for that on the other side of this.
Oh, completely. So cool to see Ade again. So good to see her shining in her space, as we'd expect. And of course, yes, the pups are shining in all of our spaces. We love our furry friends, so we want to be able to treat them in a responsible way. And our brilliant chef Jay is cooking up things that are good for us and even better for them. So we'll continue with some doggy treats on the other side of this. And it's a whole lot of fun, something you could even do with your kids. And then, of course, Danny Smoke has got one more performance to officially kickstart the weekend a little bit early on this Thursday morning. So stick around. You've got a chance to just recharge your coffee cup. We'll see you now.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. So good to be with you. And oh man, we've been having the best morning together, which is why we love to make it multifaceted. Yeah, well, we won't just stay here on the TV screen. We always ask you to please join us on the WhatsApp streets as well as the social media streets. And that, of course, is with our Good Morning Post, where we have asked you to please show us your furry friends, our beautiful fur babies. And we want to show the rest of the country your four-legged friend that is the one that just really brings so much joy to your home, to your day, is the one waiting for you at the end of a long one. And we asked you to WhatsApp your pictures as well to our WhatsApp line. And oh my goodness, so much goodness has come through. Let me quickly just get a squiz of who exactly is on our WhatsApp line, because I truly feel like you have shown out and shown off in terms of your fur babies. Let's start off with Tiro and Cassie, or Cassie rather, my support fur babies, turning 8 years on the 25th of October. Oh my goodness, the cuties. I love this. this. This is why we asked you to do this, because I feel like you're bringing joy to us as well with your fur babies, Mzansi. Zia loves her fairy sister, Lulu. Lulu is gentle and loves playing with everyone. Not forgetting her ball, she is also a Springbok supporter. Hey! That is a fur baby that was raised right, okay? Because if you are not a Springbok supporter, who are you? We told you no DNA, just RSA. Even the dog knows. I love it. And thank you so much. This is exactly what we were talking about when we said we want to celebrate our dogs today. And then we've got Marianthi and her client, Homa. Ooh, her client. Look at us. I love this. Friends, we are loving this. And AC is also another one that came through. And this is just so adorable. You know what? I don't think we give our fur babies enough love, because they just are here to give us love every single day. I think we need to go over and above. This is why we were showing you how to make doggy treats earlier on that are so good for them, but also so delicious, because they deserve it. Let's have one more, which is Chunky, and that is such a cute name, just as cute as the doggy itself. I love this. Thank you so much for sharing your fur babies with us. We promise you they are safe here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and I hope you did learn something in terms of being able to spoil them for just all of the joy that they bring us and being our best friends, truly, because at the end of the day, that's why we call them man's best friend. We love getting to do this, because if they mean a lot to you, they mean a lot to us. And thank you so much for showing off and showing out for our incredible Good Morning Post. Right about now, though, we need to head on out to Cape TZ Fo Sheezy. Guys, isn't it just so much cuteness that's on our screens right now? I'm just a happier person.
Because that's what dogs do. So please keep them coming. You can send us a voice, and I want to hear your little dog yapping in the background, panting away. We want to see their gorgeous faces, and we want to know their names. Ready if you are, and maybe like us, love your friends as much, and I'm talking about our furry friends. Are you ready to throw them a little Porty? We can do that now, okay? This is a dog-friendly peanut butter pop cake, okay? The ultimate way to celebrate your pup, whether it's their birthday, maybe it's their gotcha day, maybe it's their adoption day, just because they're a good dog and we are good people. And Chef Jay is amazing. Bo is no longer around because he was a scene stealer.
He's booked and busy. He's got to go make some money for Dad.
100%, man. The dapples are working in season. They are working.
Put them to work. They're not just cute for no reason.
So there's your gorgeous boy. I'm sorry, the sausage nose. There is nothing quite like the bullet nose of a sausage.
Why
I'm
is
sorry.
it bigger than the whole body? It's just...
Because they've got to lead with the front. They've got to lead with the face, man. And these are hunting dogs, so don't be confused.
His cousin. That's Oliver.
Oh my goodness.
What a model.
And you find with the dapple, Misha has it as well, where they get extra white in their eyes. So now they can give you side eye like that from anywhere in the room.
That's him with his bestie Bubbles.
Oh.
Chilling out. Yeah,
Bubbles and Bo. That sounds like a content creation
yeah, we've got
dream.
all of his friends is Bubbles, Bo, and Bailey.
Oh.
Did
you vet them before they were able to become a part of the group? I'm sure you did.
I mean, they get along like a house on fire. It's lovely to have them, together. And
they
play
need
together.
that. Hey, they need their social click.
I
Tiny
do have
dog.
a dog, Tiny Temper. He's cute, shame. He's 10 years old and he's been with us from Cape Town to Joburg and back to Cape Town again. So obsessed with the little guy. And he's like a lap dog. Like, he just runs around and walks around with you everywhere.
But that's what they were invented
Look
for,
at
I
that.
think.
Is that what you keep in your handbags on
All
the show?
Time.
It
Y'all
does.
didn't look inside the handbag.
Admittedly, it does look like an accessory
gotta
with that
check,
outfit.
gotta check that handbag.
It does match your headpiece. I think that's beautiful. Oh, Tiny Dog, we love you. What is his actual name?
Tiny Temper. So both my pets are named after British artists. Tiny Temper, the rapper, and then King Cruel, the incredible singer. He's ginger, just like my cat. So,
okay.
Love
That was
the British
quite a
scene.
serious breakdown of your dog
Have
naming
to.
thing there. I don't know. Have people come for you? Yeah.
Naming is very serious.
Bo's actually named after a British reality star. Well, their son, actually.
Wow.
This is just going down and down, man. Guys, what era do we live in? I love it. I absolutely love Tiny Dog. So let's make Tiny Dog a big cake. Shall we? Are we going to swap positions? I'm going to come stand on the naughty side.
I think it's important for me to say that I am in no way a pet nutritionist by profession. I'm not the expert around this. So I would encourage people to, before they start, to reach out to a reputable website or to their vet or to a pet school or trainer that knows exactly what is right and what is wrong. So this is just something that I've adapted from Bo's trainer, so she's got the goods. So I'm
And this
just
is what
passing
he
it on.
likes.
And this is what he likes.
And this is our pets can be as different as we are.
And we're all gonna taste one at the end.
Yes.
All right.
I don't know why you looked at me. Yeah, look at her. Look at her. No, I will force the issue. No, we got her. You had a dog's biscuit earlier.
Yeah.
Can I have a dog's biscuit, actually? Can I have
Right,
one?
come on, Graham.
And this is just 3 ingredients. Hey? It was egg, it
I'm going to have a
was
heart.
Whole wheat flour.
whole wheat flour and water.
And water, yes. So in the bowl here, I've got some eggs again. I've got a little bit of a neutral oil, a little bit of honey.
Lovely.
Not too much for the pups.
And honey is great. It's got antimicrobial, antibacterial. It's got all sorts of it's got all sorts of wonderful additions
great
to
for
it.
them.
The favorite.
Peanut butter. I mean, this is a staple, but very important to check that it doesn't have any xylitol. Xylitol
unsweetened, unsalted.
Yes,
if you
so
can.
xylitol is quite poisonous for your pup, so you don't want to have that in there. So good amount of peanut butter. This is for me to lick up. We're going to give that a bit of a
And
mash
feel free
together.
to stick a little bit on the roof of your dog's mouth just to have a little bit of fun if you so desire.
I've seen people, they would put it on a sticky tape on their forehead and the dog would lick while they cut their
Yes.
nails just to distract them.
That doesn't work with Bo,
Does it?
unfortunately.
Sausage dogs are a step ahead, guys. You don't
hates
understand.
it. Okay, so some whole wheat flour again.
Okay.
I'm going to put that in over there.
I don't know what I was expecting from the dog biscuit.
Yes, tell
If
me
I
more.
thought, maybe I'm really hungry. Oh, look at my puppy.
Oh, you've got a whole team of
Sausage
them.
Patrol, baby.
Oh.
But you don't understand why this was such a big moment for me because Misha's quite uncomfortable on the leader because she's so scared.
Okay.
So you trap her on the leader. So for her, it's not that she doesn't like being on a leader or walking with the dogs or wants to be disobedient. She feels trapped as soon as you put something around her neck,
Oh.
which in itself is heartbreaking to think of what led her to that point. But now with the guidance of the 2 other dogs, she's just slipped into her mode. And there's
Which one is she, in the middle?
She's in the middle with
Ah.
the pink leader. And then we've got Passionate Purple for little Peen, Lola. And then we've got Geisel's Chonky Chonks trying to keep up. No, he is doing much better. And of course, it's not his fault. It is completely our fault. And he's at an age now as a sausage dog where you really got to manage and exercise. They've got to work. These are working dogs, hunting dogs, but it's not good for them. And literally, it shaves like 5 years off their life if you're a small dog, especially dogs that have issues with their back, like a Dashi. So, but the flip side is they are little hunting machines that can run for miles if they are fit and strong.
Okay,
so don't
fair.
treat them like a lap dog. Treat them like a hunting dog that needs to work, and that's vital.
My dog doesn't
And
like
that's
to
why he's
work.
out working for me.
Exactly, hunting the dollars. Okay.
So, just to finish off, we've added our flour, given it a stir, a little bit of bicarb, and carrots. Bo loves carrots, literally like a little piece. You know, I'm always making carrot salad for the biryani. He's having the carrot for himself.
Does he even come to, when you say biryani, does he come with carrot face? Just like, you wait, he understands. I call it the tax. Sometimes you got to pay the cheese tax.
Exactly.
You know, when you got a Dachshund, you got to pay the tax, yo.
No, 100%.
All right, Jay, what's going on over here? I see we've got 2 ingredients. Is this the topping?
So that's, I mean, you could bake these off and have that as a treat on its own.
would be delicious. Yeah.
Sometimes I need a bit of encouragement, so we, you know, on their birthday, on an occasion, you can be a little bit more indulgent. So we've got some Greek yogurt, add in a bit of that unsweetened peanut butter, and that can be your frosting.
Oh, that's lovely.
So we're gonna fill up our cupcake liners, put that into the oven, and I mean you can see those are perfectly
cooked,
Are
baked.
there any other dogs around that I can give this biscuit to?
Well,
I'm gonna just...
I'm actually gonna.
Okay,
try
now I'm
one
gonna
of
do a
these.
cupcake
Are
with
we-
you.
are we gonna try
Go
one?
ahead.
And they all look great. This one looks the best. Okay.
Don't mind me.
That's the loudest
You guys enjoy that.
whisking. I can't believe of all the meals, this is the one that scares you.
It's scary.
This is the one.
I'm
Okay,
scared.
ching ching, my friend. It smells so nice.
It does, eh? This peanut butter is great.
Okay, cupcake.
This might be.
Cupcake.
It's actually really delicious.
Okay, well, there's a QR code on your screen. You can see our big dogs over here enjoying them, and your dog can as well. Scan it, open your camera, and it'll take you to that recipe tab on expressoshow.com. And you can get your cupcakes by the dozen too. Jay, well done. Very
I really
good job.
like that. And I was really hungry, so I know it was going to be easy, but
Out of
absolutely
10,
amazing.
what are you giving it?
I give this a 10. It's actually, you can taste that it's not sweet.
Yeah.
And I could actually enjoy this.
This is the best
Nice.
dog's food I've ever tasted. And I'm not saying I've tasted a
tasted
lot of dog's
dog
food, but I am a boy and I was a teenager at one point. So I have
Great.
probably definitely tasted. Are you making your own? That's very sweet.
Yeah, I'm just making for the rest of the crew in case anybody would like some.
I like the design angle
Yeah.
that you're going for.
Beautiful.
I'm
Wow,
a dog.
the most whipped.
I'm a-
Jay, you're an absolute legend. And do you know how I know you're a legend? You're a dashy dad.
Oh,
That's as simple as that, man.
I
Come
love
on.
that for you guys.
Popo, I hope you're bringing home them dollars, son, because dogs must work as well. They are working dogs. Now, hopefully this has inspired you to go and treat your furry friend, as Jay very rightly said. Go and do some investigating before you put anything into your dog's belly. Make sure that it's safe. We're obviously taking our lead from health professionals, but none of us are dog nutritionists. So please take responsibility and enjoy. We want to see pictures. Scan the QR code. Feed your beautiful pups and send us a video of them just losing their minds. Hopefully not turning their little doggy noses up at that. But who would?
We've made enough for your squad too.
I'm having another bite.
Go ahead.
Can I have some of your...
Please.
What do you call this? Icing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Let's get through this quickly because it's important news. Every day could be Get Double Pay Day when you play your daily lotto, because there is a guaranteed 500,000 Rand sitting in the jackpot, along with a new daily lotto plus with a guaranteed 150,000 Rand sitting in the jackpot this Thursday. So please jump on it. Go and get your tickets in store when they're open online right now. nationallottery.co.za, their mobile app, your own cell phone banking setup, or you can just follow the USSD route and dial *120 *7529 hash and follow the prompts. And we'll keep those deets on our amazing social pages so you can check them out while you take in the amazing content. And then Panda Push Up Play your daily lotto for a guaranteed 500,000 Rand, and then Lotto Plus One guaranteed at 150 grand today. Double your chances of winning. All the best of luck. So go get your tickets now, but don't leave your house just yet, because Danny Smokey set the scene a little bit earlier. He has just removed Friday from the equation. The weekend is starting. You can even hear the party outside. The weekend starts right now, please.
Oh, yes, the weekend starts indeed, my G. Thank you so much. And yes, Mzansi, we promised you to be playing us out into the weekend. And here we go. It is Danny Smoke with Aska Scaife. Let's go.
Vul dit die keer, ek gaan nie eerlik wees. Mooi was nog nooit lelijk nie. Jy lyk so skaam as jy hier voor my staan. Dit is my wonder of jy weet, of het jy dalk vergeet. Jy het 'n lyf vir yskas skyf, skyf, 'n stywe broekie, poepampoene, bloedrooi skoene, lus om die dag te vat. Jy het 'n lyf vir yskas skyf, my ding, ek wil hier laat vir hou amper. Dis net in die hier en nou. Dit was nog altyd jy en sal so bly vir ewig aan my sy. Jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf, stywe broekie, boerpampoene, bloedrooi skoene, lus om die dorp te vat. Jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf, my ding, ek vir jou laat vir jou sing. Jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf, jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf. Ek kan myself nie keer nie, wacht dat iets gebeur nie. As meel op die vloer, laat ons voete roer. Jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf, stywe broekie, boerpampoene, bloedrooi skoene, lus om die dorp te vat. Jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf, stywe broekie, boerpampoene, bloedrooi skoene, lus om die dorp te vat. Jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf, my ding, ek sal hier lang vir jou sing. Jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf, jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf. Jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf. Jy doen lyf vir yskas skyf.
Come on! Oh my goodness! This is exactly how you round up a gorgeous show. It is rather with incredible talent. Danny Smoke bringing the heat, and of course you saw Rochelle there on the guitar. It's nice here. Cape Town, I know you've been grooving out there in the mother city. Are you feeling good come the end of the show?
Oh, man.
Oh, loving it. A little bit heartbroken. We've had everything today, and I think I'm going to have separation anxiety for the rest of the day. We've had little dashuns, we've had amazing people, and we've traveled to amazing places. So kind of ticking every box. But hopefully this has reminded everyone at home just how special your pups are, and that you are going to take some time to look after them. Are you going to visit Tiny Dog today?
I'm going to get Tiny Temper back. Oh, my goodness. Look at that cutie. I miss him way too much. But listen, let's end the week off strong right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I mean, we tried our hand at it. There's Chunky, too. Everybody looking so good. Pacey as well. Oh, we love to see it. And, of course, all the bees, Bo and Bailey. And are those Ryle's dogs?
Oh, man. Absolutely love it. Then we got some proper German Shepherds. Oh, look at it.
Clients.
Oh, my
Cute,
goodness.
man.
Matching
There's
outfits, because we
Springbokker.
must.
Stop it.
That face. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing the love. Continue to do that. Take that responsibility on board. Yes, it's about looking after them, but it's also about opening their world up to new and wonderful experiences. So maybe even bake some pup cakes for them today.
Or 6. We won't hold back. Listen, tomorrow we are celebrating 20 years in music. It's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Karen Gorkia is here. She is an absolute legend, yes, but she is the sweetest human being, and she has got a story to tell, my friends. So we cannot wait. Sanele, we love you, girl. Thank you for being our games master and everything else today. Have an amazing day.
See you, Zan, and we'll
Love
see you
guys.
tomorrow,
Have the
Zanzi.
best day.
Another feel-good production.